in school apparel, range from t-shirts to sweatpants and even those nifty bleacher seats. You'll always find the perfect Charger gear. Not only will you show off your Charger pride, but you'll be helping improve the school in many ways, such as classroom activity funding. Come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 2, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 4, and don't come Saturday and Sunday because we won't be there.
We've got tonight Heritage Hall Chargers against the Davis Wolves. And it's a great night for football. I'm Mark Carlin. I've got Rick Hansing with me here tonight.
Good to be with you.
Happy to have you. He's filling in for Andrew Davis. Rick does a great job with the basketball, and he's going to do a great job tonight. We've got a great battle tonight. Davis, who's beat us 2 years in a row.
We're not happy about that. What's going to happen tonight, Rick?
Well, you know, Davis, first game of the year, they had a 30-game winning streak, and they went to Tuttle, and so they lost their first game against a 4A pretty good Tuttle team, from what I hear. And then the next game, the second week of the season, they played Lincoln Christian over in Choctaw. And Lincoln Christian, I believe, is ranked 4th or 5th in our class. And we scrimmaged them in the Night of Champions over in Tulsa over at Lincoln Christian, and they're a good ball club. So I wasn't surprised to see, you know, Davis lose to them. So I think their record is a little bit misleading. I think they played Sulphur last week. Sulphur's in their own class 2A, right. Probably their arch rival, and they beat Sulphur, I believe, by maybe a touchdown or
22-14.
22-14. So. I guess what I'm trying to say is they might be a little bit better than their record would say that they are, just because of the two teams they've played so far. Two of the three teams they played so far.
Yeah, they've got a very tough schedule. They've been playing some 4A and some 3A teams, and they are just in the 2A, but they've dominated 2A the last 2 years.
That's right.
The good news for us is Blake Summers has graduated.
That's what I was just going to say.
They've got Trevor Merrill at Q2B, and he's taken over 5'9", 190 pounds. He's going to be one of our fuzzy feature players of the night. And he is playing well for them, although, like you said, they've got 2 losses. They're 1-2 so far on the year. But I'm expecting a great night of football.
I did see Summers on the roster, though, so I think he
looks like little brother.
Yeah,
same number.
Yeah, I think he's a sophomore. I don't think he plays quarterback yet, but you know, maybe they might work him into that position.
Well,
I don't know if Blake Summers played quarterback his whole time there.
Anything on the bloodline, that's scary. I don't want to see him in a year or two.
Yeah. Let's hope he's not as fast as his brother. Let's put it that way.
And then also our featured player was Tank Love, who was our player last week. Had a great game last week, accounted for many, many touchdowns, and I want to see many more tonight.
He's playing great. I mean, that's a total understatement, I guess. But so far on the year, he's got 39 carries for 353 yards and 5 TDs. So he is only 1,000 yards behind where he the yards he picked up last year. He had 31 TDs, so he's got some ground to make up there in the TD department. But looks like he will eclipse that 1,386 yards rushing that he had last year as a junior if he stays healthy.
Well, he's having a great year. He carried the load last week when we needed him. All right, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with some highlights from last week's game versus Clinton last week. All right, I guess we're not going to be on.
Just in school apparel, range from t-shirts to sweatpants and even those nifty bleacher seats. You'll always find the perfect Charger gear. Not only will you show off your Charger pride, but you'll be helping improve the school in many ways, such as classroom activity funding. Come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 2, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 4, and don't come Saturday and Sunday because we won't be there.
Rivalry win, the Chargers rolled into Clinton ready for war. Quarterback Blake Adams raced 54 yards on an option keeper, and then on the next play, handed the ball off to Tank Love, who rolled 15 yards to pay dirt. But Tornado's quarterback, Austin Main, was not to be outdone as he showed off his speed on a 30-yard draw for a touchdown answer. Heritage Hall had a response, though, as Adams connected with Bryce Soberanis on a wheel route that went for 48 yards after a nifty move on the sideline. A few plays later, Adams rolled out to his right and found Tevin McDaniel, who made an amazing shoestring grab to put Heritage Hall on top 14-7 after one quarter. Early in the second quarter, the Tornadoes struck again when J.J. Brown caught a tipped pass and dashed to the end zone to even things up at 14. Adams then handed off to Santana Randall in a jet sweep, and the sophomore carved up the Clinton defense before being taken down at the 10-yard line. On the next play, Terrell Love once again punished the Clinton defense as he lunged in for his second touchdown of the night. The Charger defense then took over when senior linebacker Brendan Ezell blitzed Maine and dropped him for a huge loss. 2 plays later, Andrew McDonald got in on the sack party and the whole crew was supercharged. On the next play, Santana Randall almost broke a punt for a touchdown as he juked the first defender and then danced along the sideline before stepping out of bounds. Then the Chargers went back to the jet sweep, and it paid off again as Randall burst out from behind his blockers for a 30-yard pickup. Heritage Hall took a 21-14 lead into the half. To open the third, Adams heaved a pass to a streaking Tevin McDaniel, who bobbled the catch but gained control and scored on a 68-yard touchdown to extend the Charger lead to 28-14. Just minutes later, McDaniel took an option pitch from Adams, turned the corner, and powered his way inside the 5-yard line before being knocked out of bounds. One play later, Love showed why he has the nickname Tank as he steamrolled a Clinton defender before busting into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the game. The Charger defense was relentless as Cole McDaniel and Bryce Soberanis punished Clinton's Deontay Barker, delivering a strong message that there would be no comeback for the Tornadoes. Nobody on Clinton's side wanted to get in front of Tank Love on this touchdown run, his 4th of the night, to go along with 156 yards. And Adams wasn't done as he once again burdened Clinton on an option keeper following downfield blocks by Cal Walker and Tevin McDaniel to score, ending the tornado warning and sealing a 49-21 road win for the Chargers.
With the commentary there, giving us those. I think the third quarter was the big turning point with 28 unanswered for the Chargers.
Man, yeah. Weatherford they couldn't solve the Heritage Hall running game in the third quarter. Also liked how they got number 25 senior running back Brendan Ezell last week. Got him involved on several 2 or 3
he had a very good game.
Quick trap runs, and he ran the ball extremely hard. He probably had 30 yards on 3 or 4 carries.
Yep.
So really,
he took a year off. He came back this year, and he looks bigger and stronger, and he's definitely adding to the team.
Yeah, he's definitely bigger and stronger and faster. So good triple threat there.
That's a
Mark.
Perfect combination.
Yeah.
We're watching the coin toss right now. We're waiting to see. We've got our captains out there waiting to see who's going to win the coin toss, and we've got the Bank on It victory plan. Is what we're going to go over after we see the coin toss and kind of go over the what we think is going to happen, the keys to the game. But I'm waiting to see who wins the almighty coin toss.
Looks like Davis has got some size again this year.
They always seem to.
Number 65, one of their captains, have him listed at 6'4", 256, offensive line, defensive lineman.
I want to get Luther near him if possible.
Yeah, let's see how he compares. Luther at 6'6", 350. A legitimate, not just a program.
Yeah,
not just a
that's
program.
all
weight
legit.
Height.
Looks like Davis will kick, and Heritage Hall will receive first. All right, we're going to go to our final commercial break. We've got about 1 minute and 38 seconds before kickoff, and Heritage Hall will get the ball first. Come back and join us.
It's intelligent enough to warn of danger from
pretty well.
All right, welcome back to Potbury Memorial Field. 43 seconds before kickoff. We've got the Chargers running on the field. And, Rick, how do you think we're going to do against that Wishbone tonight?
Well, you know, we've played these guys for a long, long time, and we've got tremendous continuity in our coaching staff. So, you know, we know what they're going to do. We know their plays. We know their keys. We know what gaps to be in. It's just a matter of being disciplined against the Wishbone. I think that's probably the number one thing that we need to see if we can accomplish on defense. You got to stay in your gaps. If you're assigned to the quarterback and you're supposed to hit the quarterback, you hit him every play. You don't take a play off. If you do, these guys are good. Like we saw last year, the quarterback can hit you for some big gainers. And although he's not there, we certainly could figure that they might have somebody that in following his footsteps.
All right, we're going to go over our keys to the game real quick before we get the kickoff. The First Liberty Victory plan is going to be take care of the football. I think that's very important. The Chargers have started off the first 2 drives of the last 2 games with the turnover, and they certainly want to take care of the ball a little better than that.
We had 5 turnovers against Davis last year, Mark, so ball security is going to be key. So there's no shock that that's listed number 1 there.
And to get off to a fast start kind of goes right along with it. We kind of been able to keep up with the other teams in the first few games, but we have not been able to take the lead and grab it until later on in the second half. And then eliminate the penalties. Andrew and I talk about that a lot. It's just silly penalties, and it's usually on, you know, fairly large gains. Some of them are unnecessary. Well, they're all unnecessary, if you ask me.
Right,
but they certainly want to get rid of that and clean it up.
Well, discipline, you know, like we said before, just the same as your discipline, and you have to remain disciplined on our offense and defense. You also have to remain disciplined after the play, you know, so you don't get any dead ball penalties. That we've gotten some of those this year. And then during the play, just try to play penalty-free football. I know the coaches stress it, so it's obviously very important.
Well, they started off that way last year a little bit, and we certainly hope they can clean it up a little bit as the year goes on and peak at the right time, just like they did last year. So that is your victory keys to the game. You can bank on it. All right, we've got Dawson Evans and Santana Randall deep to receive.
Santana Randall ineligible last year because of transfer, and he's really come a long way and is really a threat on the kickoff team, punt team, and also at receiver for the Chargers. So a welcome addition to the team.
Yep, and they're trying to kick it away from it, looks like. Can't see who has
Chandler Shepard's got it along the opposite sidelines. Yeah,
gives about the 35. It's going to be a good starting field position.
That's a nice run back for Chandler there. They tried to keep it away from our deep guys.
Yeah, that Santana Randall, that sweep we ran in Clinton, they couldn't stop it.
Yeah, that jet sweep, and then I like how we fake off of it too and do play action to the other side after that. So
as soon as they started cheating in on it, we made him pay.
Watched him play a lot of 7-on-7 this summer. I was able to go to all those, and he just gotten better and better as he learns the offense.
We got Cole McDaniel split out wide, which is unusual, but he's got great hands. I'd like to see him get more involved. But the gives to Tank for not much gain at all.
Think they were surprised on who got that ball?
No, they're going to get a dose of Tank.
That was big number 65, Jaron Holbert with the tackle there. We talked about him. He's one of the captains for the Wolves, so we'll keep an eye on him tonight.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Chargers.
One point I was going to make, Mark, I think we made this point last year, but if you'll notice, Davis's linemen don't play offense and defense. They only play one way, so they're fresh a lot.
Right. The gives to Tank up the middle again, but they're waiting on him. I mean, he's gang tackled, maybe a yard.
Tackled by Hunter Carlick, number 6, senior linebacker.
Yep, he's been around a while. He's an excellent player.
Yeah, I remember his name.
All right, bringing Cole McDaniel out, bringing Bryce Sobranis in. We'll see what Blake Adams wants to do here. We've got 3rd and 8. And they are, like you said, they're keying on Tank. They're not going to let him get loose early if they can avoid it.
I remember last year, all the single-digit guys can really play for them.
Quick throw is behind Santana Randall, incomplete.
looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there, Mark. It looked like Blake maybe thought he was going to run an in, and Santana looked like he ran an out. So not a good combination there.
Communication. It's going to bring up 4th and 8, and as we talked about with Connor McGinnis last year, when you're last year I guess he punted some, but so did Joe Wheeler. But Blake Adams is the punter, so you never know whether they're going to go for it or they're going to punt it. It looks like they're going for it, but we'll see what happens. They are going for it. Blake Adams with a keeper. We'll see if we can get some blocking. He's at the 40. It looks like he's going to be short, about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, hit in there by Braden Tracy, number 22, and number 6 again, Hunter Carlick.
Yeah,
Makes a stop out.
Defense.
Yes, he is. He can run.
So, Chargers turn it over on downs. We got one Coach Bogert or another. They're not afraid to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that's true. That's a trademark of Charger football. Don't punt a lot. So
yeah,
if you're the punter, you're not going to get a lot of action until late in the game if we have a big lead.
Frankly, against Cassidy, I don't think we punted at all.
I don't think so either. I think Garrett McLaughlin punted a few times at Clinton the other night, but maybe 3 times.
Yep. All right, so now we're bringing out Davis on offense for the first time. They run an option, and we'll see. Looks like they hand it right up the middle, and he's moving the pile a little bit.
It's like Jack Ross, number 51, in there with the initial contact. And maybe Andrew McDonald and Brendan Azil in there as well, number 25.
Well, we called Andrew McDonald's name last week a lot. He had an excellent game tackling.
It looks like they're playing.
They're not lined up in the traditional wishbone that we're used to seeing him in.
Yeah, it's a broken bone there with a slot back to the right.
Trevor Merrill, he pitches it out. This time it's to Hunter Carlick.
Yeah.
Oh,
great play out there, right there. Excellent play. That looked like Keon Ramazada, number 8.
And a little bit of Cole McDaniel helped clean it up. Yeah. That is a great play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. The defense is holding them so far with one more play.
Well, they're yet to line up in their traditional wishbones. Got them 3rd and 6. Looks like they've got. Looks like the Chargers are playing Keon Ramazada tonight at one of the safety spots.
All right, they do pitch it out traditional. It's number 12 is running it. Taylor Ball.
Dawson Evans took on a downfield blocker there and still made the tackle.
Yeah, that is enough for a first down. Davis moves the chains.
Dawson comes up limping there a little bit. Hopefully that's just well, hopefully it's not a cramp, but it'd be better if it's a cramp than something else. A little bit more serious, but hopefully it's nothing. But
1st and 10, ball at about the 28. That's actually a little more traditional, Davis, the way they were running it on that one, with the pitch out from the quarterback to the running back.
Yeah, they ride that fullback, and then the quarterback reads the end, and he pitches it or keeps it based on what goes on at the end of the line.
Fake to Connor Webb. They do pitch it out to Carlick again. Cuts up field. He's running. Oh, luckily caught from behind, but not after a 15-yard gain. Cole McDaniel there.
Yeah, it looked like Dawson Evans got there first, and Cole kind of cleaned up afterwards from behind, but good pursuit by Cole.
Yeah, they're making it too easy.
Well, if they can hook you on the ends, that play's going to work every time they pitch it to the halfback. So all our ends are going to have to be able to stay upfield and string the play out, Mark, sideline to sideline, and wait for your linebackers and defensive backs to get there.
All right, Summer this time hands it to the fullback, going straight up. I think that's Connor Webb.
Good tackle in there. Looks like Tank was in there. And 19, Andrew McDonald.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 8, just a couple of yards there, but I know they got to do that periodically to keep the defense honest.
Tank coming off a season where he made 144 tackles last year, 8 sacks and 3 interceptions for Tank. So
he's outstanding both ways.
Key player, both sides of the ball for the Chargers.
All right, 2nd, they're going to say 7. This time they hand it to Carlick going up the middle. He gets about 3 or 4.
It's that little counter play where they fake it to the fullback, turn around, hand it to the left half up the right side there. Coming to a short game there, though, Mark.
3rd and 3. This would be a big stop if we can do it.
Number 15, Derek Sanders, gets into the lineup for the Chargers. Looks like he's going to line up at defensive end in for Miles Francisco.
Yeah, they are in the traditional wishbone. Connor Webb. They're running out of play clock. Looks like they're going to call a timeout. Yeah, and they do. All right, this may be a good time to go over our starting lineup. We haven't actually had a chance to go over that as the action took over before we could get ready for it.
The defensive starters for the Chargers are number 51, junior Jack Ross at nose tackle, senior Tevin McDaniel, D end. The other end, they have senior Blake Brigham. At one linebacker, number 33, Cole McDaniel, senior. Inside linebacker is Terrell Tank Love, as we've mentioned his name several times already. And Andrew McDonald at the other linebacker. Also at outside linebacker tonight is Brendan Azell. 9 is Blake Adams at strong safety, also going to be our quarterback. He's a sophomore. And there's 13, Santana Randall at cornerback, although it looks like they maybe started Keon Ramazada in Santana's place. And Bryce Sabranis has switched to cornerback from outside linebacker, but I don't see him out on the field now either. But Dawson Evans starts at his traditional position of free safety.
Yeah, he is a heat-seeking missile.
He sure is. He's waiting to hit somebody.
All right, we got 3rd and 3 after the timeout. We'll see what Davis does here. They do pitch it out to Carlick, who's trying to get to the outside. They bring him down. It's going to be very close.
That's a great
first
play
down
by Cole McDaniel there, fighting off his block and staying upfield there. Really nice play by Cole.
I can't see where the spot is. It's very close. They haven't given a sign yet. We'll see.
It's like first down, Mark.
Yep, you're exactly right. They have called the first down. That's got the defense backed up. It's going to be there on the 5-yard line.
So far, Davis is having the way with the Charger defense, at least on this initial drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you don't see that wishbone very often, and it's hard to defend anyway. But when you only see it once a year, it's definitely tough. But this time they give it to the fullback, Connor Webb. He is in for the touchdown. Davis scores.
Yeah, that time instead of riding the fullback, they give it to him and complete out their fakes. And by the time they do that, he's in for the score.
Well, I don't know if we need to go back to the strategies for the game, but a fast start for the Chargers is what we were hoping for. And then Davis to score first was not what we were looking for.
Number 55 in for the extra point. It's Dalton Wyckoff. And he hits it right through the uprights.
He got a strong leg.
Yeah, that was a deep point after attempt there. 7-0 Davis out in front of the Chargers. 6:43 left in the first quarter.
We've talked about it, Rick. That wishbone is very hard to defend, and they had a few third downs they converted, but they marched right on down the field. We gave them a short field, and they took advantage.
Well, you know, they call it the triple option. So they've got fullback, they've got quarterback keep, or they can pitch it. So, you know, that's what's hard about it is you've got to read your keys and be ready for that triple option, that triple threat as they call it.
Yeah, well, Trevor Merrill is picking up right where Blake Summers left off last year. He looks like he's been in the system a while and playing very well for Davis.
Yeah, he's a little bit different. He's not as tall. He looks like he's a little bit heavier than Blake Summers, so a little bit different look at quarterback. But so far, their execution is pretty good.
They are. I hope that'll wake the Chargers up, and they'll come out a little more aggressive on offense. They're trying to spring Tank, but they couldn't quite establish the run to get started.
Well, so far this year, I know that coaches have been wanting our offensive line to block a little bit better than they have been.
The fair catch, Campbell Kerr, right about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, good catch there by Campbell. Takes a knee there.
I mean, I want us to be aggressive, but I don't want us to make anything foolish mistakes. So that's probably a good decision by him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, last thing you want to do is take off running with that. If you're not used to it, you know, he'd get hit and fumble. There's lots of bad things that can happen there. So better off just to fair catch it.
You know, they're going to say at the 23-yard line is where the Chargers are going to start this series. And we'll see what we do if we're going to keep trying to establish things.
Head on down to the Charger Corner to buy your latest in-school apparel. Range from t-shirts to sweatpants and even those.
Which is unusual. He usually plays a tight end position, but He's got great hands. This
Yeah,
time it's a quick throw to Tank, and Cole trying to block for him. See if
Tank's gonna
Tank can
get
get
the sidelines
upfield. He
here.
cuts up to 28, to 40. He's at the 45. How about the 43? They say he went out of bounds. That was great blocking by Cole McDaniel and a good run by Tank after the catch.
Yeah, the kicker, Dalton Wyckoff, he's not just the kicker, he plays linebacker, so he runs him out of bounds there. But, yeah, Mark, key to that play was Cole McDaniel blocking downfield.
Yeah, he did a great job. That's one reason why he split out there, but he's also got very good hands that, frankly, I don't think they throw to him enough. But they got a lot of weapons on this Chargers team.
Yeah, he lines back up tight end there.
All right, Blake Adams hands it to Tank, going right at the middle. This time he's got an opening, runs off the referee.
Referee gets an assist there at the 45-yard line.
Oh, mercy. That was a good run by Tank. That time, much better blocking up front. And, yeah, the ref kind of slowed him down a little bit.
Is that the definition of the 12th man there?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, referee's kind of smiling about it. I think our coaches are kind of ribbing him a little bit.
Next time, Tank's going to run him over. I don't mind telling you.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Blake Adams in the shotgun. Handed it to Tank again, right at the middle. He's carrying a few guys. Gets down to about the 36.
Well, it takes 3 guys there to tackle him. Number 2, number 71, and 55 Wyckoff again in from his linebacker spot.
I interviewed Tank after the game. He was our player of the game last week, and he carried some 300-pound guys. He gave them a ride at Clinton last week. So.
Yeah, that big that tackle they had was at number 70.
Yeah,
That's what we were talking about. We were all like, he probably weighs 300. Tank carried him for 12 yards.
Yeah, those squats are paying off. He's doing. All right, Blake Adams this time to Tank again to the right side, runs over one guy. There is a flag down.
I'll tell you what, that's a good one-on-one tackle there by Wyckoff.
That's because you
don't see that very often.
Yeah, one man does not bring Tank down usually. You're exactly right. We'll see what the penalty is. I'm afraid it's in the area of holding, but we'll see.
Luther Harris, number 77, it looked like he had his guy pinned.
Yeah,
it didn't
he
look like he was
pancaked him.
holding him.
Right, I agree, but maybe he had some jersey or something.
He pancaked Trevor Merrill, number 8. Quarterback's in there playing defense as well.
Well, that's going to back up the Chargers.
Merrill got tangled up with Luther there from his strong safety position there, Markey.
That's a great advantage for the Chargers when the quarterback of the other team is trying to get past Luther.
Yeah. Although he was called for a penalty, I don't mind the action there.
I don't either. 2nd and 16 now. Chargers backed up they're on the 46-yard line. This time Blake looking to throw. Quick throw to Dawson Evans. Oh, good defense by number 55 on Davis.
Yeah, that was Wyckoff. Dalton Wyckoff again. He's had a good series. He looks like he just got into Dawson's field of vision there.
Yeah, he may have a slight tip, or he definitely swung through the ball, and Dawson couldn't quite catch it.
Yeah, that was a good throw there by Blake. Just caught Dawson a little bit by surprise. Maybe the guy stepped in front of him. Ball deflect off his face mask.
3rd down and 16, so the Chargers are going to need to get some of the yards back here. I have a feeling they're on their side of the field. They'll probably go for it on 4th down. But we'll see. Blake Adams back, throws a screen right in the middle to Tevin, but he's tackled right away, gets about 6 out of it, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 10.
That's number 28 there, Blake Neal. Strong safety comes up from his position. Looked like we missed a couple of blocks there, Mark. Looked like we had 2 guys. You know, that's a timing play, and so it looked like our blockers were a little bit out in front and let the defense get in behind them.
Well, Garrett McLaughlin is into punt. I guess they don't want to give good field position up. Garrett McLaughlin with a little bit of a rugby punt. It's low, bouncing out of bounds at about the 10, 11, 12. I can't quite see.
It looks like the 11-yard line. That's about a 40-yard rugby punt.
Well, we talked about Garrett's got a strong leg.
He
plays
sure
a
does.
lot of soccer. Got a soccer scholarship in college next year.
That rugby punt works really, really well when you get that ball going end over end. And, you know, a lot of times in the fall in Oklahoma, you get a lot of wind. So it's kind of stays under the wind, too.
You are exactly right. I think they were trying to avoid a return, trying to pin it back as far as they could, and that's inside the 20. You can't argue with that at all.
Yeah, we're going to make him earn this. Going to go 90 yards. He's going to score here.
All right, Trevor Merrill under center. Looks like they do give it to the fullback, Connor Webb. But the Chargers defense was ready for that one.
Host of Chargers there. Jack Ross again. Looked like Tank. Blake Brigham in on his first tackle of the game.
Blake Brigham usually following the action.
He's not far away from the ball.
He is a lot of hustle, a lot of effort out there.
He had 113 tackles and 8 sacks last year, so I think Blake's at least a 2-year starter, if not, I don't know if he started when he was a freshman, but he played some. So I know he started for 2 years, his sophomore, junior year now as a senior.
Handoff again, but not much going on there. The Chargers defense is stiffening up.
Yeah, I see Blake Brigham get off the pile again, and also along with Tank.
Yep, Hunter Carlick with the carry, but not much there. It's going to bring 3rd and 7. We need the Chargers to hold them one more down.
You know, Mark, they don't run that halfback dive play very often. They counter off of it, but very seldom give it to the halfback there. They're usually pitching it to him, getting him out on the boundary.
Yeah, Blake Williams out wide. They don't throw it much, but when they do, it's open because they run so much. You're keying on the run.
Good call.
He is looking to throw. Blake falls down, and pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Well, he wasn't going to go very far. Blake Adams had good coverage out there. And actually, I think the receiver was a little bit surprised there. Ball high and behind him a little bit.
Well, they don't throw it so much. He's not used to it, even when they call his name. He's not ready.
Yeah.
Looks like Santana Randall is going to be about midfield looking for the punt.
High snap. Gets it off. The Chargers do a good job of staying away from him and not roughing him.
Who touched it? It looked like
Andrew McDonald jumped in there, but I don't know.
I think he couldn't tell if Santana Randall got it, but it looks like the ball bounced out of bounds before any harm. But I think Mike McDonald was worried Santana might have touched it and dove in there.
Yeah, that is unlike. I think you're right, because Andrew would not have gone for that ball. Otherwise, what needs to happen there is, we need Santana to stay away from that ball.
Catch it or stay away. I don't care which one.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
in his defense, I don't know that he's played that position before. So, there's intricacies. You see Cooper Cladd down there going over it with him right now. That won't happen again.
All right, so the Chargers take over right about the 49-yard line. Blake Adams is going to give him he keeps it this time. He does pitch it out. I think Cole McDaniel was the recipient of that, although I don't think the pitch was going to him.
He was a little bit, I think he was as shocked as we were.
I think he was pitching it out to Tevin, but Cole McDaniel, who was looking for a block, ended up with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they were both out there together. We've seen that play that they run with Tevin, but like you say, Mark, usually Cole is going to be blocking on that play, but he took a shot there from, I couldn't catch that number. It looked like it was number 17.
It's going to be Briston Summers, Blake Summers'
that's
brother.
That's Blake Summers' old number, so yeah, it's his brother.
All right, this time Blake Adams is looking to run out wide. Nothing there. He cuts it back to the right side. He's got a block from Cole. He gets about the 30-yard line. Nice cutback.
That's a good play right there, reversing your field if you don't have anything there, and there's a Cole McDaniel out in front of him blocking again. So
you see, that's a great run by Blake Adams, but in the last few games, that's where we get called with a holding penalty. When they reverse field like that, you're blocking the wrong way. Next thing you know, you're holding. But the Chargers did a great job of not being penalized.
Exactly, well. Yeah, but that play doesn't happen if Cole's not blocking downfield like that. So he's taking care of business. Even that play was supposed to go away from him, and he's still blocking. So that's good discipline by Cole.
1st and 10 from the 31. Blake Adams gives it to Tank, who cuts up the middle. He's trying to get a block. He's carrying a couple guys and diving for about 7 yards and carries a few guys the last few.
Tank made a lot of that on his own, but that was great lead block out there by number 26, Tevin McDaniel. At the point of contact there, Tevin gets his guy, allows Tank to cut up field there along the hash mark.
We don't keep the yards after contact here at high school, but I can tell you Tank has a lot of them.
He might have 75–80% of his yards after contact.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's 2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line. Blake Adams gives to Tank again, who's running to the right side. He's got
another
a big
block. Another great block by Tevin McDaniel there, Mark. Sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all. That's down to the 13-yard line. That's a great run, and it was good blocking. The line is starting to do a better job. The first series, they couldn't create a hole for him, but the Chargers are moving right along on this 3rd series of the game.
Yeah, we're running right at their Jaron Holbert, number 65. They're the big 6'4", 256-pound lineman. They get him off the field. They replace him with a new nose guard. It looks like he's going to play his position.
1st and 10 for the 13. Blake Adams this time gives to Tank, going right up the gut. He's carrying guys. They're trying to tackle him by the shoestring. That's not going to work. Tank is in for a 13-yard score.
Six guys touched him, Mark. Nobody got him down until he fell on his own in the end zone.
That is a great run. We just talked about yards after contact, and my goodness.
It's a path of destruction. I mean, I'm telling you, there's kids flying off of him, and you look after, there's just a wake of players on the ground after he runs.
You can see where he got his nickname.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is ridiculously strong. The kick is up, and it is good. Here we got a tie ball game, 7-7, after a great running by Tank Love.
Yeah, this could be a good ball game now. Chargers have sustained a great drive, remained penalty-free there for the most part on that drive, Mark. And, that was one of the keys to our game was try to stay penalty-free. It got us behind the chains in that first series of ours. But there we put together, what would that be? That was like
about a 51-yard drive.
Yeah, so with Tank Love doing most of the damage on that drive. And a good run, a good third down run by Blake Adams where he reverses his field.
Yep. Good blocking by the line, good blocking by Cole McDaniel on a few different occasions. That's more Charger football, what we want to see.
Mark, I was reading an article today in the paper about OU's new offensive coordinator, and he was talking about his receivers. And he was talking about, they're going to get a few catches here and there, but they're not going to be catching the ball all game long. We need them to block downfield, and if they're not going to block downfield, they're not going to play.
That's exactly right. I saw that. They may get 10 catches, which would be a really, really high number, but there's 60 other plays that they need to be blocking on.
Absolutely.
And
so far, Cole McDaniel, I wonder if Cole read that article.
Well, well, that's why I think he's been starting the last few years. He's big and physical, and he is blocking very, very well, and I think he's been doing that his whole career.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he can get on you and stay on you, and he's strong enough and has good enough speed to stay with you all the way downfield. 17, Summers is deep, along with 28.
Briston Summers,
Blake
deep,
Neal.
Blake Neal, and it looks like it's going through the end zone.
Well, there's no wind tonight, Mark, so they're not going to get a chance to run the ball back at all tonight.
Well, Garrett McLaughlin has got a strong leg. We talked about it a lot last week in Clinton.
He sure does.
And he was able to put it in the end zone whenever he wanted. With the wind, going against the wind, didn't really bother him one way or another.
And you know when it's still, if he hits it good every time, there's not going to be a run back.
Well, we are tied 7-all. We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. Lots of ground game. The clock is going fast because there's not a lot of incomplete passes because neither team's throwing it very much.
That's what I was just going to say. This is going to be a quick game tonight.
Well, we'll see what Davis does here. They got the ball on the 20, 1st and 10. Oh, it looks like a fumble. The Chargers are saying they have it.
Couldn't see who came up with the ball there.
Yeah, I saw the quarterback.
Oh, there we go. Jack Ross, number 51. Comes up with it. I thought the quarterback had it because Brendan Azell had tackled him for a loss, and then he didn't have the ball.
Right. I saw he give it to someone, but apparently they didn't secure it. I assume it was Connor Webb, the fullback, that was intended for the handoff. But Jack Ross makes the play, comes up with the ball. It's going to be great field position for Heritage Hall.
Mark, this is a good segue into the fact that Jack's mom, Karen, can't be at the game tonight after some surgery this week. So she's watching tonight on Charger Vision. So Jack's taking care of business for her.
Well, I wish her the best. So we got Blake Adams who pitches it out to Tevin. He's got two guys on him. He does go down. No gain there.
Well, it's just what we talked about a while ago. There was no downfield blocking there, and there's two guys out there, number 1 and number 71. Maverick McCaskill, one of the best names that you're going to hear
6'3", 220
in high school football this year, out to make the play on Tevin.
Back to the Rosses. I certainly hope for a speedy recovery for Karen. And that's a great play by Jack. I hope there's many more this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, 2nd and 10. Chargers with no gain on that pitch play. Let's see what Blake Adams wants to do here. Gives it to Tank, running to the left side. He's got a hole. He's got 10 yards.
Oh, shoestring
more
tackle.
Like 15.
Shoestring tackle there by Summers again, 17. Briston Summers.
Just barely got him. Looks like he's got some skills like his brother for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's. They only list him at 5'9", 170, but he looks bigger than that.
That's going to be a first down. It's going to be first and about 7. Tank sidesteps to the right and goes straight forward. Did he get in? Touchdown, Heritage Hall. Tank again.
That didn't take long right there.
I like getting the ball to 20. We can go 20 yards in a hurry.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was great blocking by the left side of the line there. Also, Tevin McDaniel involved in the blocking there as well. Looked like he's shaking up just a little bit as he comes off the field.
Who are we talking about?
Tevin McDaniel. Looks a little bit shaken up there as he leaves the field. Tank looks healthy though.
That's good. they are a lethal combination. They've been doing it the last few years together. If you key on one, the other one goes off.
Absolutely. There's Garrett McLaughlin up and good for the extra point.
All right, we've got Heritage Hall 14 and the Davis Wolves 7. That's more like it. A turnover gives the Chargers excellent field position, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, we just need to keep pouring it on here, Mark. We need to get a stop here, either on downs or via turnover, and give it back to our offense, because right now Tank is hot.
Yep, he started off a little slow, but he certainly picked it up. It's a little better blocking and better running, and yeah, he's turning up the yards.
Yeah, he's like we said last year, he's giving the Tank rides again.
Yeah, that's not one you want, by the way.
No, that's right.
But he's a hard man to bring down.
He sure is.
I mean, he's just so strong. I mean, like we said last week, he's carrying 320-pound guys.
Yeah, and as the game wears on, there's fewer and fewer guys that are going to want to tackle him. So he just gets stronger as the game wears on.
You're exactly right. He was instrumental in that 28-0 third quarter last week. That is for sure.
Yeah, that's about the time when kids will start losing interest in tackling him.
Right. Reminds me of Jerome Bettis, the bus. It's just like, God, you're still out here? I'm still having to tackle you?
It doesn't make for a good film session for the next day, I'm sure, because coaches are wondering why you're not coming up and hitting.
McLaughlin kicking it deep. Well, looks like it has a chance to be run back, and it is by Summers. He's at about the 10, trying to cut across the field. He's 15, the 20.
Andrew
tackled
McDonald.
about the 23-yard line.
Looks like we got a penalty flag, too. That's good pursuit on the kickoff team by Andrew McDonald over there.
Yeah. Briston Summers had gone all the way across the field, trying to look for an opening up the right side. Looks like there is going to be a penalty holding on the Davis Wolves.
We'll take it.
That'll be from the spot of the foul. We'll see where that backs them up to.
Looks like they're going to start at their own 15, maybe? Can't tell where he's stepping it off.
Well, yeah, he'd run it back to about the 25-yard line, 26-yard line, and they're stepping it off. We'll see where we end up, right around the 14-yard
line. Looks like Chargers have their starting defense out there. Looks like Derek Sanders has come into the game now to play in the tackle position, it looks like, next to Tevin McDaniel.
Very good. I'm glad to see Tevin out there. You talked about he might be a little shaken up, but nothing serious, obviously. He's back in the game.
Yeah, I think he got shaken up on that block a while ago.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 14. Merrill does pitch it.
Another turnover.
I don't see
Chargers
who got on the ball. Everybody's in there. The ball's at the 5-yard line. We'll see who has it.
Their officials are saying second down, so it looks like Davis got it back.
Well, that pitch play went off a shoulder pad, went straight up in the air. It was anybody's ball, but the Chargers couldn't get back there fast enough.
Man, this home crowd here tonight, they went crazy when that ball bounced up in the air.
Well, I was just hoping for another turnover, and I almost got one.
Talk about a short field. That would have been what?
Well, that's the
5-yard line?
Yeah, that is the end of the first quarter. Heritage Hall 14, Davis 7. They are doing, the defense has really stepped it up. We gave them a short field, and so Davis scored. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with the second quarter.
It's intelligent enough to warn of danger from virtually anywhere. It's been smashed and driven. It's perceptive enough to detect other vehicles on the road. It's been shaken and pummeled. It's innovative enough to brake by itself, park itself, and help you steer. It's been in the rain and dragged through the mud. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLE. It's where brains meet brawn.
Your Heritage Hall Chargers are leading 14-7. The defense has certainly stiffened up. Davis had a short field. They went about 40 yards for the first score. And now Now we've got 14-7 with 14 points, and Tank Love doing a lot of the damage for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's just taking off where he left off last week. In that third quarter, we talked about how hard he ran and how many points he scored last week. So we're just giving it to number one, and blocking up front's pretty good for him right now.
Well, with the fumble was recovered by Davis, but they backed them up. They're now 2nd and 19 for the 5-yard line. They do pitch it out to Karlik, but it's going to be
a great play by Keon
tackle.
Ramanzada. From his cornerback position, he strung that play out and then came in and hit number 6 around the legs and took him down.
That is exactly what we were supposed to do. I mean, he played his position beautifully. I for a second, I thought it might be a safety.
He really
ended
came
up backing him up even more. It's 3rd and 21.
You know, he really came up in run support. All these years of watching being in Oklahoma, Mark, watching the option, if you've got a really good safety back there, can really, really blow your option up, because if you can pursue sideline to sideline, you never let a halfback get up the field on you. So that's what Keon did on that play, stretched him out to the sidelines and then came up and made the play.
Well, it was played perfectly. 3rd and 21 from the 3-yard line. I'm happy to say Davis is going the wrong way. They are looking to throw right here. They throw it up, but
Blake Adams, interception.
Intercepted by Blake Adams, I think. Is that
Great
who it
play.
is?
Great play.
And
Blake Adams read that perfectly.
Flag down. It could be a face mask at the
on
end
the
of
tackle.
the play.
I think so. He grabbed his face mask as he was taking him down.
That is a very good play. He was in great position. Frankly, he looked like the receiver. He was in such good position.
You know, I want to say that Blake picked off a pass maybe last year against Davis. I know he had, I was reading that today, he had 4 interceptions last year out of his safety spot as a freshman. So, and we're right there on the face mask as he, after the interception, getting tackled.
Well, that's going to give the Chargers great field position.
Mark, it looks like to me with the, with the almost turnover that Chargers got, it looks like to me that we got Davis a little bit out of sync on their offense. I can't imagine that they would want to throw out of their own end zone, thinking they can catch us for a long game. But Blake showed a lot of discipline there, staying with his receiver and not looking into the backfield. A lot of times you get caught with these option teams looking into the backfield and where the ball's going, and all of a sudden your guy runs by you. And Blake didn't do that.
And they don't like to throw it at all, so they're definitely a little out of their element. But I agree. It was kind of, they hesitated back there, hoping that they'd bite on that. Oh, Tank gets hit right away.
That was a
maybe
good play.
Loss of a yard or two.
Good penetration there by number 2. Looked like Connor Webb. Up from he's a nose guard fullback. Good size there, 5'10", 214. So
yeah,
he's big enough to tank on Tank. Notice he hit him pretty low there.
Yep, he's got their only score as a fullback, but he's obviously not afraid to mix it up on defense as well.
He hit Tank around the chains, I guess we can call it. Took him down.
All right, 2nd and 11. They did lose a yard. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. That'll give us a chance to thank some of our sponsors. I certainly want to thank First Liberty Bank, where your success is their passion. Let First Liberty Bank help you achieve your goals. Call them at 608-4500 or visit them at myfirstliberty.com.
Charger Vision would like to thank sponsor Mercedes-Benz of OKC for their support of our program. Visit their showroom downtown or check them out on the web at mbokc.com.
Yep, and also Fields and Futures. We want to thank them for everything they do. They're a big supporter of Charger Vision. Check them out online at fieldsandfutures.com to find out how they're empowering coaches and kids to be something bigger than themselves. Fields and Futures, igniting success one field, one coach, one student at a time.
Also, Charger Vision would like to thank official sponsor RS Fuel Convenience Store. Make a pit stop on the south side of Memorial Road between Portland and May Avenue. High-performance fuel for your car and for you.
All right, well, the Chargers have great field position. It is 2nd and 11. They weren't sure what they wanted to do on offense and wanted to make sure they got the right play in there. And they want to take advantage of this. Like you said, they have Davis a little bit rattled. If they can get up by 2 scores, I definitely think that'll get them a little out of their element.
Well, it's good to see that the Chargers didn't get rattled when Davis comes right out and takes it 90 yards the first time they get it. Chargers answering here.
Yeah, Blake Adams, an empty backfield. It's a screen pass to Tevin, who's got a great block from Dawson Evans. He's got the 10, he's got the 5. It's pushed out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. There's a lot of open field and a great block by Dawson Evans to break him loose.
Kind of our theme of the evening, going to be a lot of needing to block downfield. Dawson Evans does his job there, springing Tevin down the sidelines.
Well, I'm not sure if Davis knew what to do with the empty backfield. Like, wait a minute, where's Tank? Something's not right.
Well, the difference between Heritage Hall and the offense we run and the offense that Davis runs, Davis might have 10 plays and we probably have 200. So
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be first and goal from the 5-yard line. This time we do have Tank back there, but this time Blake Adams keeps it,
good
and it looks
decision
like
there.
he scores.
Yeah, he did.
He is in.
Good keeper there.
Adams with a 5-yard keeper.
That's going to be a counter option there, and Blake saw a hole, a crease where he could sneak up in there instead of pitching it to Tevin, takes it himself, calls his own number, and rightly so.
Well, that's and you know their defense is keying on Tank. They've seen a lot of him recently, so I agree. Great decision by him. He squeezes in for the 5 yards, gets the touchdown. We'll see if Garrett McLaughlin can add the extra point.
There it is. Up and good by Garrett McLaughlin.
What's going to make it 21-7? Your Heritage Hall Chargers. So far, turnover's been a key.
Sure have. And it's a good thing it's been on the other side of the ball. On the other side of the field.
Yeah, we talked about wanting to take care of the ball. The Chargers, they're doing a pretty good job this year. They have had some turnovers early in the game, but then they clean that up and do a lot better later. But this time it's Davis with the
Chargers winning the turnover battle. Actually, I guess you wouldn't call Santana Randall's fumble a turnover, but they did get the ball there. But so far, I guess Davis with 2 turnovers and Chargers with 1. We had 5 in last year's game. Is that right?
I think that's what you mentioned, and yeah, that is how you can get behind the chains. I mean, last year I looked it up. It was the Chargers started off 13-0, and then it was about 35 unanswered points by Davis.
Yeah, that's right. They went wild in that third quarter.
Yeah, the final score ended up being 48-27 Davis last year, but they went crazy on us for the second, third quarter, and we couldn't had a hard time recovering. All right, Garrett McLaughlin going to kick it off.
See if he can get it into the end zone this time and
looks like
take
hardly
a run back away.
Yeah, hardly any wind.
There it goes.
That's trouble.
Tried to
That's a
catch
live ball at the 5-yard line. Number 28 bringing it out. He does get a
Gets
good
the
block.
sidelines
Gets
over
down to
there.
the 25.
Good block over there. Bryce Sobranis, number 14, waiting on him when he gets to the 25-yard line.
Blake Neal couldn't quite catch it cleanly at the 5-yard line. I thought that was going to be big trouble, but he's able to corral it and end up running with pretty good field position.
He was running
about the 24-yard line.
He was running for his life. Campbell Kerr and Jaden McDaniel, freshman. Tevin's little brother, had a beat on him there, and he just ran to the opposite hash there as fast as he could.
Well, he does make something out of it, so I was hoping to pin him back again based on him not being able to catch it cleanly, but they do get it to the 23, 24-yard line. All right, this time they're handing it off to number 12.
Good pursuit out there.
Taylor Ball with the run.
Andrew McDonald making the play from his outside linebacker position. Keon Ramazada came up in there.
He's going to get about 3, it looks like, on it.
Looks like we got Bryce into the game, maybe for, well, Cole's out there too, so Bryce playing the other linebacker spot.
Well, like you said, they moved him out to cornerback some this year.
Yeah.
He's certainly fast enough to keep up with the wide receiver, but he is also not afraid to mix it up in the interior.
Looks like they moved Brennan Azil down on the line in a 4-point stance, or a 3-point stance at least, and then Bryce is playing that bandit position.
Trevor Merrill that time keeps the ball. Not much there. The Chargers defense was able to hold him. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7.
Big play here. Well, if we can stop him here and get the ball back with the momentum we've got on offense, could really break this game wide open.
I would love nothing more.
See what happens here.
This time they do split up Blake Williams again, the only receiver that has played so far, but they keep it on the ground. But a great play.
Yeah,
Who
Blake
is that?
Brigham.
Blake Brigham,
man,
cuts through there for about a 3-yard loss, be able to tackle Hunter Carlick, which is not an easy task.
Boy, howdy, that was a sure tackle too. Got him right around the knees, wrapped him up, and brings him down from his left tackle position there.
Well, that's exactly what Blake Brigham does. He's just kind of an unsung hero on that line.
He shot that gap, and he makes the play when he gets there. He's a sure tackler back there.
It's going to force Davis to punt from about their 26-yard line.
Chandler Shepard back deep this time, not Santana. They can get this on a big hop here.
All right, Chandler Shepard does get
Gets
it
the
about
sideline.
40. Looking for a block. Cutting upfield down to about midfield at the 50-yard line. Tackled there.
Yeah, that was a good take there. Good to see him take the big hop there.
It is. It's one of those we just talked about with Santana Randall. You want to get in position. If it doesn't bounce your way, get away from it. If it does, be aggressive, go get it, and make something out of it.
Yeah, because he basically ran there, Mark, 15 yards untouched until he got to the 50-yard line.
Yep, I mean, but catching it cleanly is exactly what we're talking about. He was able to be in the right spot. It bounced his way, so he took it and ran. So Like you said, 12 to 15 yards on the return. That's a good play by Chandler Shepard.
Yeah, nice play. He's just a sophomore too.
Well, Blake Adams got a full backfield with him. Gives it to Tank, who's looking for a block. Not much there.
Really good tackle there by number 12. Taylor Ball, 5'7". He's not very big. He took him down there pretty easily.
That's just not done very often.
Well, I guess Carlick might have been underneath there.
Now,
I couldn't see that. He has hit him before one. Yeah,
Carlick
his
is a big
linebacker
guy.
spot. Yeah, he played a lot last year. You're right.
He
Number
definitely
6
did.
was
5'11", 195 for Carlick. He's big and strong. Plays the running back position and also.
Looks like Davis is going to get a timeout here.
Well, that'll give us a chance to give you a quick scoring recap. We started off with going for it on 4th down, and we're unsuccessful. Gave Davis Wolves kind of a short field, and they go on about a 40-yard drive, and Connor Webb scores a 5-yard touchdown run for the Wolves. Chargers down 0-7. But since then, it's been 21 points unanswered. We had Tank going 13-yard run for a score, then a fumble recovery by Jack Ross, and what should you do? Give the ball to Tank. He gets a 7-yard run for a touchdown, and then Blake Adams with a very nice interception at about midfield. Then face mask kind of gave us even a shorter field at about the 30-yard line, and Blake Adams with a good decision on the quarterback keeper, and he runs at 5 yards for the score. And that's where we are with about 7 minutes and 49 seconds left in the half. Chargers 21, Davis 7.
Yeah, we get it coming out of the timeout here, 2nd and 9, with offensive momentum created here in the second quarter.
Well, Chargers offense is looking pretty good. Tank is running the ball well, and they've thrown some screen passes this time. It looks like it could be, they're looking to throw it deep.
All by himself.
Can he get there? Santana Randall was wide open. It was a great play call as they had Dawson Evans in motion just to kind of throw the defense. Nobody around Santana Randall, but Blake Adams just put a little too much on it.
Yeah, we fake, and then Dawson coming around on the jet sweep there. We fake that, and man, I tell you what, he was all by himself. What did we say about getting caught looking into the backfield?
Yeah.
Number 1 there, Blake Williams, their corner over on this side, totally looking into the backfield, but Santana ran right by him.
Well, that's a great play call. I think Blake Adams is a sophomore. He's going to learn to throw that up and let
him run under it.
Run right underneath, yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that play called again.
Well, it was
great
perfect.
throw.
The strike to about 35-yard line. Who caught that?
That was Dawson Evans out there from his flanker position. That was a great throw right there by Blake.
That was. There's a flag on the play. We'll see if it's holding. It's kind of in that area. But a great throw and a great catch from Adams.
Chargers signaling that it might be against Davis.
Well, the refs are pointing that direction. We'll see what the call is.
That was a great catch right there. That might have been a better throw by Blake. That was
personal foul, a chop block, but I don't even know how that's done on the defense, but that's what they're calling.
Well, sometimes if they see somebody pursue, coming out to block them, maybe if they're in pursuit or something like that, if they go low on a lineman, they'll call that on you.
Well, that was a great throw and catch to Dawson Evans, and now they're going to tack on some more yards from there. The Chargers are going to be down to about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mark. Chop block doesn't quite seem like that,
Some type of personal foul.
Maybe they just leave it at a personal foul, not a chop block.
Well, we're going to be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. The Chargers are moving the ball on offense very, very well. Let's see if they keep it up and get some more points. This time it's Blake Adams with the keeper. He's got one man to beat. Couldn't quite get around it. Does get a 5-yard gain, but
he had the corner there. If he got by that one defender, he was going to be in the corner of the end zone there. Good play there by 55. Dalton Wyckoff again, linebacker, senior linebacker.
Powered by a sense of home.
But
battling for tomorrow.
Looks like we've got Davis on there.
Living for the game.
Blake Adams is not given enough credit. He's very fast. He's a great athlete.
He showed us his speed last week at Clinton. He surprised me too. I didn't know he was that fast. He took off for 90 yards.
2nd and 5. This time they do hand it off. Is that Tank going up the middle?
Yeah, Tank gets hit in there at the line of scrimmage by 55, 71, 70. 4 guys in there.
Dalton Wyckoff, you've certainly called his name a few times. He's making a lot of tackles on Davis defense.
Yeah. You'll notice that in the second half we won't be calling the same guys' names as much as we did in the first half.
Well,
they're either hurt
they're
or
gassed.
they're either hurt or they're tired of tackling him. So
3rd and 3 from the 13-yard line.
We better learn some new numbers, Mark, for the second half.
Yeah, right.
Good thing we have a roster up here.
Definitely. All right, Blake Adams is looking to throw. He fumbles it. He picks it up. He's running for his life. Can he get rid of it? He throws it in the end zone.
How about
And
that?
Is that Cole McDaniel?
Cole
Who is
McDaniel,
that?
touchdown.
Is that Cole?
That sure is, yeah.
Blake
Cole McDaniels.
Adams making a great play. He looked to throw it, and it looked like he'd kind of second-guessed that, and the ball slipped out of his hands. He doesn't panic, and he picks it up and sees Cole McDaniel in the end zone.
Great play by both players. Neither player panicked there. Blake Adams, even after fumbling, picks it up, didn't panic, stretches out and continues the play. And Cole was just shadowing him, staying with his route in the back of the end zone. And Blake looks up and sees him and throws it just in time. So great play by both players.
Kick is up and good. Garrett McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. We are at 28-7.
28-7 Chargers. What a great play by Blake there. Kept his composure, rolling to his right, didn't panic.
I didn't see what number it was. Somebody was breathing down his neck after the ball was loose, and he shifted to the right and got rid of the ball before he took a big hit.
Yeah, I couldn't see it either. I was keeping an eye on the ball and then also on Blake because I know it was one of the linebackers chasing him, but
he was under duress, to say the least.
That's right, yeah. And under duress, you're gonna move your feet a lot faster than you normally would. But a lot of times you lose your head. Blake didn't lose his head there. Kept his eyes downfield. That's the key to it. You can't look around at who's going to tackle you. You got to keep your eyes downfield, and that way you know if you want to keep it and tuck it and go or turn loose of it. Well, and he made a good decision to turn loose of it there. But just as good a play by Cole McDaniel. Yeah. Like I said, trailing the play there, staying in your route, not giving up on it. A lot of times the receivers see that and they stop running. They don't give anyone to throw to.
Well, frankly, I thought he was going to throw it away, but he saw Cole McDaniel in the end zone, and like you said, he kept his route, kept his feet in.
Yep.
Touchdown Chargers. We're at 28-7. All right, we've got Summers and Blake Neal, I think, still deep for the Wolves. Haven't had much of a chance to return.
Let's see if Garrett can remove any doubt here and put it in the end zone. No run back. Got some lightning off to the northeast there. Get in the end zone. Sure did.
Oh, you touch it? Oh, it does go in the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback. But I can tell you, Blake Neal was playing with fire.
He's not a shortstop.
He's trying to get it on the short hop.
He's a running back, strong safety, sophomore. He's not a shortstop. He didn't come up with that hop there.
I think his coach is going to tell him to quit trying to catch it on the tricky bounce and get out of the way. Or
it looks like he's limping a little bit as he goes off the field there.
All right, we've got 5 minutes, 57 seconds. There is a chance of rain tonight, but I think it is farther to the east, so hopefully it won't affect us here at this game. 28-7.
Back to throw.
And they are looking to throw, which is incomplete. Pass intended for number 12, Taylor Ball. I thought he was going to catch it, actually, but
Keon Ramzada there on the coverage. Keon had his back turned to the play, but he was there, so he was
ball a little bit underthrown.
Yeah.
But they're just not used to throwing it. Like you said, we've got them where we want them if they start throwing the ball on first down.
Yeah, their routes just look a little bit timing-wise, like we were saying. They just don't look like their timing is there on there, like their running plays are.
How much time do you think they spend on it in practice?
That's what I was going to say.
10%?
Yeah, maybe if that. But it's all about execution, as you know. So.
All right, the handed off going left. I couldn't see if that was Taylor Ball.
Number 12
was. Yeah, Taylor Ball with the carry, but not much there.
Derek
the
Sanders.
Chargers line standing firm.
Yeah, looked like Derek made that play there. Number 15, senior, playing. Looks like he's playing defensive tackle there.
All right, 3rd and 6. Chargers defense playing very well. They gave up one touchdown on a short field, but have been playing great ever since.
I don't see Tevin McDaniel out there. Looks like we might be resting him.
I see Brandon Zell in there.
Beazle on the pass rush here. Oh, yeah, he better get rid of it. That's going to be pass interference here.
Man, he got us was that Blake Adams got a hand on the ball, but they're saying he had a hand on the jersey as well.
Key on number 8, Ramzada, I think. Going to be called for pass interference.
You're exactly right. That's number 8, not number 9. That is Kean Ramzada. He really wasn't in a bad spot, but I think there was just too much contact before the ball got there.
Well, he's lucky he got rid of it because Beazle was one step away from decleating him there. So they might have been a new quarterback playing if he would have gotten there.
He looked like he took a hit after he got rid of it, but
Yeah, Beasl's changing it. They're working on his helmet right now. So yeah, he must have got a blow in there after the ball was gone. Pass interference call, going to be first down.
I hate that call, but it's probably the right one. The ball was in the air a long time, and Kean Ramanzada hadn't quite turned around, but then he did at the last minute, got his hand on the guy and the hand on the ball, and just got there a little early.
Yeah, in Keon's defense, he hasn't played a lot back there, and no one feels worse about it than he does. I can assure you that.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Handoff. I couldn't see if that was
fullback.
Carlick. Oh, no, Connor Webb.
Yeah. Bryce.
Oh, that is Hunter Carlick.
Yeah, it looks like Miles Francisco in on the stop.
Well, I'm glad we're getting some other guys in a little bit, but I certainly don't want to lose the momentum we have.
Yeah, I think this defense with some second-team guys in there, but like you say, it's giving these first-team guys a little blower here. Tevin's not
quarterback keeper, but Tevin takes him down for big loss, about a 10-yard loss.
26 back in the game just at the right time. Merrill's shaking the cobwebs out on that one.
Oh, my goodness. He kept it. He was trying to go for play action. It looked like he was going to throw it, but he didn't have much of a chance. Tevin drops him for about a 9-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 14.
How about reversing out of there to throw it and see number 26 bearing down at you?
That's not what you want to see.
That's not. That's.
But like you said, they run it so much, you're expecting them to hand it off, but Tevin didn't fall for that at all. He was in the right spot. This time they do. It's a quick throw. The ball's up, but falls incomplete. Pass intended for Noah Gooden. But
you know, another nice thing for Heritage Hall, Davis throwing the ball out of the wishbone. You see a lot of these routes are inside, where a lot of guys are going to have a chance to get their hands on it. And you know, before the night's over with, we're going to get an interception on the tip.
Well, I was hoping on that one, frankly, because it was tipped up in the air for a few seconds, but we couldn't get underneath it. But it does bring up 4th down, 4th and 14. They're looking to punt.
Nice
and
punt.
Blake Williams does get it nice and high.
Fair catch, Chandler Shepard back there. That was a rugby punt that was actually a spiral that you don't see that very often.
Well, he kind of rugby the first one, and that one, was an actual, looked like a normal kick if there is such a thing.
It didn't turn over for him, but it was a nice spiral.
The Chargers going to get the ball about the 26-yard line. And the offense is out there again. That's a good stand by the defense. We just talked about not wanting to give them any momentum, so that's what I want to see. Let's see if we can get the offense just to milk the clock for a score right before halftime.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on the hips of the Davis players out there, and that's a good sign. That means our offense has been on the field a lot.
Our offense has been on the field. I don't know what we're not keeping the time on the clock, but they have had the ball a lot more. It throws it to Cole McDaniel. Oh, a little bit deep.
Number 20 there bid on the double move there. Matthew Keith, sophomore cornerback. Cole, great route there, wide open. Blake just misses him just a little bit overthrown.
That's Blake Adams and Cole McDaniel are trying to hook up for another touchdown.
Blake did a good job there carrying out his play fake and carrying out his fake throw there. But maybe a little too open.
Yeah, well, and Blake is he's going to learn from it. Just a sophomore, but that's two passes that I think he wishes he could have back. He keeps it this time, runs up for about 8 yards. That's a good hole for him right up the middle.
Yeah, it's a good decision there to keep that ball and bust up there for 8 quick yards. They barely trip him up there, Mark. That was going to go for a lot more yards than that.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Chargers with about 3:25 left in the half. Yeah, Blake's made some good decisions. Like I said, the only thing I could say negative is he did have some open receivers he just couldn't quite get the ball to, but he's going to learn from them.
He's played a great first half of football.
He keeps it again, looking for a hole. He gets the first down and more.
That was a good tough run there. He took on Carlick there.
He's giving up some size with Carlick, but he does get the first down after about a 5 to 7 yard gain.
One thing I like about when Blake decides to run, he's got a burst of speed, and he gets up in the hole. He gets upfield really, really quick. So that's one good thing about when he decides to run. He does get upfield quick.
All right, Blake Adams back there with Tank, and he's looking to throw. The It's a quick throw over to Tevin, a little bit high. Tevin can't bring it in.
Yeah, it looked like the ball might have slipped out of his hand there just a little bit. He usually throws a nice spiral. That ball was fluttering just a bit, so Tevin open there, though.
Yeah, I mean, that was there for just, it was going to pick up some yards. I don't know if it was enough for a first, but definitely going to go for a little ways. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass.
I like the play call.
Well, it just keeps the defense guessing. I mean, they think we are going to run the ball right down their throat just to kind of milk the clock a little bit, and we got to keep them guessing.
Yep, lots of play action here.
We may get a dose of Tank here.
Sure enough.
Tank does get it, runs to the left. He's got a hole. He's going.
He's
Tank. He's at
gone
the 40.
There.
He's
Stiff
at the
right
30.
He gets. That's a nice tackle there
Yeah.
by number 4. Noah Gooden tackles him.
Safety brings him down, and I don't think he wanted to, but he's the last line of defense.
When you're the only guy back there, you got to go for it. You got to try.
Tackle him right around the 25-yard line. That's a great run by Tank, and he ran through a lot of traffic, and it was just him and the safety, and somehow the safety was able to bring him down.
I don't think Tank had time to get a stiff arm out there. Normally that stiff arm is lethal on that last guy that comes to tackle him.
Very impressive run. 1st and 10, ball now on the 24. We've got 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. We have Tank in motion. The quick throw to Tank. He catches it. He's looking for a block. Brandon Ezell trying to stay with his block, so it's just a Tank tackled. Not much of a gain there.
Noah Gooden out there again. Also, Carlick was out there to join into the action if he needed to. Yeah, Beazle had a good block out there, and Tank cut back off of it, but slipped there.
2nd and 6 for the Chargers.
Are you going to tell our fellow watchers out there who Beazle is, or you think they know?
Well, yeah, it's number 25 senior Brendan Ezell, but it's just easier if you call him Beazle, so just so you know.
All right, we got a timeout and minute 54 left before halftime. Let me tell you what's going on at Heritage Hall. The number 8 ranked Charger volleyball squad is starting to get things rolling in their quest to repeat as 5A state champs. While their record sits at just 6-14, Coach Schwab's ladies have faced a daunting schedule with 17 of their 20 matches against top 10 teams, including 15 against top 5s. They say iron sharpens iron. The Chargers conclude the regular season with a home contest against 4A Oklahoma Christian. Let's see, the senior night on Charger Vision and a road trip to Deer Creek is what's next on the agenda for them.
Actually, that Deer Creek game is going to be at home on September 28th, and the I think Oklahoma Bible Academy is going to play at Heritage Hall on this Monday. So they've added a game. They've added a game in their markup.
Well,
only know that
yeah.
because my daughter plays on the team and I go to all the games. But yeah, that'll be the next action for the volleyball team.
Well, thanks for the correction.
You're welcome.
That way our listeners can watch the game.
Absolutely, come out and support or listen to it on Charger Vision.
2nd and 7, ball in the 21. Blake Adams with a quick throw for Santana Randall, but it is intercepted in the end zone by Blake Williams. He shouldn't have run it out, so hopefully we can tackle him. Come on, guys. To 20-yard line.
Francisco gets him at the 20.
Yeah, Blake Adams probably overthrew that a little bit. Santana Randall had a little bit of an opening, but it was going to be a tight throw.
You know what? I don't put that on Blake. I think might have had a mix-up on the route run there. I don't know if he ran the right route.
Well, it didn't look as pretty as some of their other plays, I'll say that. So it is going to be an interception in the end zone, brought out to about the 23.
I think maybe we're supposed to run a corner route, and Santana broke that off to a post, it looks like, and so that's why the interception there.
We'll probably see on the sidelines. Whoever the coach is talking to is the one who made a mistake. All right, looks like Connor Webb up the middle. He's
Jack Ross in there on the tackle again.
He's charging hard. I saw Dawson Evans trying to clean it up. Looks like he got a little stinger on the arm.
Yeah, it looks like it. Jack Ross playing a good game tonight from his nose tackle position.
It's going to be 2nd and 6 for Davis, who that fullback was churning up the middle. We've got a minute 16. The clock's running. That's the good news, is Davis can't score in a hurry because they're so dependent on the ground game.
Yeah, if they put it up in the air, we're going to pick it off.
Well, the quarterback keeper, Merrill, gets around the end, but then he's
great play. Jack Ross again.
Jack Ross again. You were just talking about him. He comes up with another play.
Yeah, Jack, he's coming off his block, and he's trolling down the line of scrimmage and looking for the ball carrier. He finds him right there. Tevin had good penetration initially. He turns him back upfield. right
gonna
into
be
Jack Ross.
3rd about 2, but the clock is ticking is the good news for the Chargers. So we need the defense to hold right here.
Yeah, 40-some seconds left. They're not going to throw it now, though, Mark. They'll just be content to run down
Well, yeah,
the clock.
they don't want to give the Chargers any
No.
time the way our offense is looking. So this time Merrill does pitch it.
Good play
Oh, it
there.
is a first down. Gosh, for a second I did not think number 12 Ball was going to be able to secure it.
That's another good tackle there by Keon Ramazada there.
Taylor Ball with the pitch at him, and he was just having a hard time catching it. I was hoping he would fumble it or not catch it, frankly.
One of these times our backside defender is going to catch him. We're getting really close to him before he pitches the ball.
Well, that's a good pursuit by the Chargers, but it is a first down for Davis. It's 1st and 10, but only 10 more seconds. Get everybody deep. This looks like it could be the last play of the half. Merrill keeps it.
Jack
and
Ross
brought down
again.
hard.
Jack Ross trailing the play again. That was initial penetration there by Blake Adams, and Jack cleans him up to end the first half.
Great half of football by our Heritage Hall Chargers. They are leading 28-7. The offense looking very good. Blake Adams having a good game. Probably a couple throws he may want back, but how do you complain when you're ahead by 21 points?
Yeah, they come out and get with us right away, get in front of a 7-0 mark, and then we just take off from there. So really, really good answer by the Chargers for the rest of the half.
It was. That's starts off, like you said, 7-0, then 28 unanswered. The Chargers defense certainly stepping up tonight, and the offense looking very good as well. We're going to go to commercial break. We will come back with some halftime festivities. We'll do a little scoring recap and tell you what's going around Heritage Hall. I am. We will see you at halftime.
It's intelligent enough to warn of danger from virtually anywhere. It's been smashed and driven. It's perceptive enough to detect other vehicles on the road. It's been shaken and pummeled. It's innovative enough to brake by itself, park itself, and help you steer. It's been in the rain and dragged through the mud. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLE. It's where brains meet brawn.
Welcome back to Pop Murray Memorial Field. We've had so far an excellent half of football by your Heritage Hall Chargers. They are leading this game against Davis Wolves 28-7. I got Rick Hansing with me. He's going to tell you a little bit about what he thinks about the Chargers defense and offense.
Well, Mark, I really like the play calling on offense. You know, they come out and get on top of us 7-0. But I can tell you right now, from looking at that defensive side of the line for Davis, they don't know what's coming next. We've used Tank Love, we've used Tevin McDaniel, we've used Cole McDaniel, we've used Blake Adams, both keeping the ball and through the air. And I tell you, I love what the offense is doing right now. Also, it looks like the defense they've settled in after that initial drive that we gave them the short field there, and they go ahead of a 7-0. And you notice that we didn't on that drive. They had a lot of runs of 5 to 15 yards on that drive, and before we got a guy to the ball. But now we've settled in on defense. We're in our gaps. We're playing with good discipline, and Jack Ross is playing a good ball game right now. They're having trouble blocking him, it looks like. Blake Brigham has gotten upfield to make some plays. Andrew McDonald's made some plays from his linebacking spot, and you know, our defensive guys that have played for a couple of years and that have seen this offense, and you can tell they recognize it. They recognize what's coming, and they're doing a really good job of playing with discipline right now.
Well, we've talked about it. It's a tough offense to defend against, and you don't see it that often. But so far, the Chargers have been up to the task. Let me give you a scoring recap of what's been going on so far in the first half. We had the Chargers turn it over on downs to give the Wolves pretty good field position to start the game. They go about 40 yards and finished off with a Connor Webb fullback up the middle, 5-yard run, and that puts Davis on the board first. They're leading 7-0. And then Tank Love gets into the action, and he runs it, gets a lot of yards on the third series of the game, finishes it off with a 13-yard run, and that makes it 7-7, all tied up. Then we've got a Davis with a quick fumble on their series. Jack Ross recovers it, and then Tank Love runs it 7-yard run for a touchdown, makes it 14-7 Heritage Hall. And then we had Davis pinned back in their end zone. They try to throw the ball, which they are not famous for. And Blake Adams makes a great interception. And then he finishes it off on the offensive side with a keeper and gets a 5-yard run. And that makes it 21-7. And then on somewhat of a busted play, Blake Adams on offense drops the ball as he's trying to pump fake. He picks it up. The defense is coming. He decides to throw a 13-yard touchdown to Cole McDaniel, who's in the end zone waiting for it. No panic from anybody on our team, but that makes us lead 28-7.
Well, good point there, Mark, on the no panic for Blake Adams. He kept his eyes upfield. He kept rolling to his right, realizing that he was being pursued by defenders, and finds Cole McDaniel. Cole was in between defenders in the end zone. He had a guy in front of him. He also had a guy behind him, and he was just running straight east as the field goes north and south here. He just stayed parallel to Blake the whole time. They kept their relationship with the quarterback, and makes it easy for Blake to find him back there. And that's why Blake was confident he could turn it loose and Cole would come up with it.
Yeah, we've talked about Cole McDaniel tonight a lot, and how disciplined he is and how heady he is. I mean, that's a perfect example of not – and once you see the ball on the ground, you could easily stop your route and kind of look around and see what's going on. But he stayed with his route. Blake Adams was able to pick it up and throw it in the end zone for a touchdown. But Cole McDaniel's been blocking everybody in front of him on offense all night. Yeah, having a really good game.
Yeah, he sure is. He's, like you mentioned before, sometimes we don't think he gets the ball enough in this offense, but he does the opposite that a lot of kids would sometimes if they don't get the ball enough, and you can tell he's a true team player because he doesn't hang his head, he doesn't pout. He just keeps playing, he keeps blocking downfield for his teammates, and whenever you do call his number, he's there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a very unselfish player. Like I said, he has great hands. I'm happy to see him get the touchdown because he does not get the ball thrown to him enough. The problem is we only have one football, and we've got a lot of skilled players on this Heritage Hall team.
Yeah, with 18 seniors on this team, and a lot of the guys that are seniors have played a lot of football. A lot of them played as freshmen, so they've played a lot of football these last 3 years, and so they're just showing off what they've done throughout their careers here. They're all, nice culmination of some of the football they've played as seniors here this year.
You're exactly right. Let me tell you about some of the other sports that are going on around Heritage Hall. We've got the Chargers fast pitch softball team. They are 6-8, and they're wrapping up the regular season in a position to host a district matchup with Luther. Is their likely opponent. We have Sophie Bondurant, who's been a force on the mound with 3 no-hitters and 61 strikeouts in 47 innings pitched. And then we have Kaylee Scott, who's been dominant at the plate, batting .621. That's up from I thought she had a high average last week at about 560.
560, yeah, wow.
Now she's got batting .621 with 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. She's a wrecking crew at the plate.
It's
today,
hard to do at any level.
Yeah, they had a showdown with Wellston today, and I did hear they lost that game. I'm sorry to report, but they've got some definitely they got some talent on the softball. The record is probably not as good as they want it to be, but they are going to be in a district matchup and hopefully have a good end to the season.
They play a tough schedule. Wellston's a good ball club. I know that.
Let me also tell you about the Heritage Hall's welcoming back Chris White, a graduate of the class of 2000. He's part of the Distinguished Speaker Series. White's a principal researcher at Microsoft and has recently served as a program manager at the DARPA as U.S. Defense Initiative to counter human trafficking and terrorism. Try to say that all in one sentence. His speech will take place on October 5th at 7 p.m. at the Howard Theater and is open to the public. Charter Vision will be broadcasting it live, so be sure to tune in if for some reason you can't listen to him in person. But try to make it out. That's going to be October 5th at 7 p.m.
That ought to be interesting. I'm going to really try to make it to that Distinguished Speaker Series. You're talking about up-to-date, pertinent information for what's going on in the world right now with trafficking and terrorism, obviously. So that'll be really interesting.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Let me also encourage you to go to the Charger Corner campus store. They've got all the clothing and accessories you need to show off your Charger pride. Did you know that everything you spend at the store goes directly to the teachers, the classrooms, and programs like Charger Vision? We certainly appreciate their support, and we expect you guys to go in there and support the school and get some good Charger stuff. Their hours are from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on school days. So definitely go to the Charger Corner campus store. I know they're selling stuff right when I walked in. They've got stuff for sale. To anything that you want. They've got ponchos. They thought maybe tonight there was a chance of rain, but certainly there'll be rain sometime this fall. Go to the Charger Corner store. Get yourself a poncho.
Tell you what, I challenge any school to have as good of shop as we have. You get your Charger gear for every sport: football, basketball, you name it, baseball, volleyball, whatever sport you support. Soccer. They've got lots of gear at the student store, and it's good stuff too. I mean, it's as good as any you'll see. You're sporting a nice Charger Nike golf shirt tonight. Mark, looks great. You got that at the student store, I bet.
Yes, sir.
There we
I
go.
did. Thank you very much. We are being entertained. We've got about 11 minutes left before the end of the half. We've got 7th and 8th grade football players out there throwing the ball around, wishing they were big enough kids to play on Friday nights, but they're relegated to Mondays and Tuesdays at this point.
Looks like they've got their student store Charger gear on too. Man, there's lots of Charger gear out there: shorts, shirts, hats, everything.
They definitely do. What we'll do is break for another commercial, and then we'll come back and start talking about the second half and kind of maybe run through the keys of the game again.
Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat me.
All right, welcome back. We definitely want to thank our all of our sponsors. They do a great job for us. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Fuzzy's Taco Shop or Texadelphia Social Grill. They've been supportive for the last few years of Charger Vision. We thank them for everything that they do. We've kind of analyzed the first half. I don't know, Rick, what do you think we're going to see kind of in the second half?
You know, I think it's just going to be more of the same. You know, I did want to mention a while ago, you know, one thing it does take to be a good defense against the option is a good secondary and predominantly your safeties. And what can happen, Mark, is that as the game wears on, as you get more comfortable against this wishbone, you can move your safeties up closer to the line of scrimmage and get more guys in the box. And that's what it looks like we're able to do right now. And it looks like this week they've inserted Keon Ramazada into the starting defensive spot back there, defensive back spot, and Keon's done a good job. I think he's made at least 2 or 3 tackles, you know, pursuing and running sideline to sideline. So that's just another good way that I think the coaches have realized that you can defense against the option.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned one time he did string it out and almost got a safety on it, brought him down about the 2 to 3 yard line. Great discipline on that play, and it is tough to defend because you don't see it very often. We've been talking about it for the whole first half. It's just not something you see very much, and it's hard to defend, but we're doing a great job of that tonight.
They really are. You know, this will be the only team that we'll see that runs the wishbone. We'll see a variety of offenses as we go around the state playing in district play, but this will be the only time that we'll see that wishbone. And, you know, they've been running it for so long down there, and they start, you know, like we were mentioning, watching our 7th and 8th grade middle school kids out here throwing the ball around. You know, those middle school students in Davis, they run the wishbone. You know, they start running it whenever they start playing football. That's their offense.
Yeah, they're like Jinx and Union. They teach it young, and that way by the time they get to high school, they know all the plays, they know where to be, and it's just a matter of doing it on a big stage.
It just becomes second nature to them, and you know, and they run those plays over and over and over again. It's all about execution with that offense, and that's what it takes is just running those plays over and over and over and getting your execution down and being sound about your assignments.
Well, let me run through some of the statistics for the first 2 games for the players. The Chargers beat Cassidy 60-21 in the first game, 49-21 at Clinton last week after a very strong second half. And then so far leading this game 28-7. And we've got Blake Adams 18 of 30 for 418 yards, 1 interception. This is not including tonight's statistics as he has 1 pick tonight. But he's got 6 touchdowns and really doing a great job. Just a sophomore. We talked about maybe a few throws he wishes he could have back. and maybe a miscommunication for an interception tonight. But all in all, he's making very good decisions and playing very well for the Chargers.
Yeah, I watched him play 7-on-7 all summer long, and he split time with Michael
McMullen
all summer, and they both played about equal amounts during the 7-on-7. So it looks like to me that they've really turned loose Blake with the playbook. It looks like he really got with the players, and they got their timing down with their receivers in 7-on-7 this summer. And that's a really important aspect that people don't realize is that summer 7-on-7 gives your team, your skill players, a chance to play against some outstanding competition. I mean, they went to Little Rock, they went to Kansas State, Manhattan, and won that up there. They go to the Tulsa team camp. Then they go back to Arkansas again for the last 7-on-7 of the summer, and did really, really well up there. Matter of fact, the Little Rock 7-on-7, they made it to the semifinals before we got beat. We lost to the eventual champion, the Pulaski Academy up there. But it really gives our guys during the summer a chance to get their timing down and get their knowledge of the offense and all the plays that they run. It really gives them a chance to work on that during that 7-on-7. So it's just a continuation of that into the season. So they've had a lot of success doing that, and I'm not shocked by the success that we're having early in the year right now, Mark.
Well, I hope that keeps going. As far as rushing statistics, we've got Tank Love, 39 carries, 336 yards, had 2 excellent games. A great game last week at Clinton for sure. He's averaging 8.6 yards a carry, and we've talked about he's not afraid to get a little contact and just keep his motor running. Blake Adams, 12 carries, 111 yards. Bryce Sobranis, 10 carries and 30 yards. Tevin McDaniel, 6 carries, 138 yards. He's been doing most of his damage through the air, catching some balls is where I would say he's mostly been. And Michael McMullen, 4 carries, 35 yards. Devin Crawford, the backup quarterback's got 4 carries and 17 yards so far. But Tank Love is carrying the load and doing a great job of it.
Yeah, he really is. Tevin, like you mentioned, Tevin had 828 yards receiving in 2014. So this year, 138 yards on 6 carries, 23-yard average is pretty good. Might be an understatement.
Yeah.
But 2 touchdowns and a 60-yard run for his long run.
Yeah, wait till we get to receiving yards. Then you'll be impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do we have those?
Oh, yeah. So far, Tevin McDaniel's got 7 receptions, 248 yards. That's a 35-yard average.
My gosh.
As long as 68, he's got 5 touchdowns. A lot of those were in the first game against Cassidy. He had a great game. I know he had a touchdown last week as well. Santana Randall, 4 receptions, 76 yards. Bryce Sobranis, 3 receptions, 47 yards. Most of those are going to be kind of flare-outs. And then Dawson Evans, 2 receptions, 26 yards, and Mike McMullen, 2 receptions, 21 yards to round out the receiving. But Tevin McDaniel, he plays fullback, but they split him out a lot, and they get the ball in his hands, and good things can happen.
Yeah, he plays. He really, you're right. He really plays a lot of different positions. I mean, they line him up out wide, and then they get him in the slot a lot too. So, I think he's just fullback, like you say, just to get him on the field as a starting position.
He's in the backfield a lot. He's kind of splits out a lot. What we haven't seen tonight is that sweep run from Santana Randall. Which,
that jet sweep.
Yeah, I guess they're talking about. It looks like they were calling that a receiving, although I don't know if I consider it a pass, but
I think it is a reception, but it's a jet sweep.
Well, you've got 4 receptions, 76 yards, and I would say the bulk of those are on that sweep play.
Yeah, I saw him run that play against Cassidy, and he was turning it. He was turning it upfield instead of coming out and staying out wide. And I noticed last week against Clinton that he kept it out wide before he cut it upfield, and so it just lets your blockers. It gets the play set up so much more if you'll just stay wide and then turn it upfield.
Right. Well, he had 1 touchdown last week, and then frankly had 1 called back from a penalty on a nice run on that same play. And then, like you said, the offense can work around that, meaning once a defense starts keying on it, they end up throwing out of it. They threw to Tevin last week after everybody cheated up on the jet sweep, and he was wide open.
Well, we'll see that play again tonight. Where they faked that jet sweep to Dawson, I believe, and Blake threw out of that. We'll probably see that play again both ways. We'll probably see it where they will pitch it, and also they'll throw it out of a fake again.
All right, well, now we can go into some defensive statistics. We've got Andrew McDonald, 6 solo tackles, 5 for a loss. Brandon Dezell, 2 solo, 4 for a loss. He had a great game last weekend, or they both did last week. Derek Sanders, 1 tackle for a loss. Cole McDaniel, 2 tackles, 4 for a loss. Bryce Abranis, 2 solo tackles, 3 for a loss. Jack Ross had 2 tackles for a loss, but he's having a great game tonight. We've called his name a lot.
He's having a great game.
Fumble recovery and some big tackles. Then we've got Dawson Evans, 5 solo tackles, 2 for a loss. We got Tevin McDaniel, 1 solo, 5 for a loss. Tevin McDaniel had a big sack tonight. And then was that Gunnar Wilson is 1.
I tell you what, that sack that Tevin had, that was that play when the quarterback reversed out on a counter and wanted to throw out of it, and Tevin was right there to sack him. But just like a play that Tevin made against Purcell last year. Remember that play when he comes untouched on the off the end and just hammers the quarterback right under the shoulder pads.
That's not what the quarterback wants to see.
No, you never want to see that.
That's Grayson Wilson also with a tackle.
Yeah, 42. Good player, just a sophomore. Good size, good speed.
Gunnar Wilson plays on the 7th grade team. I don't know if they're related or not, so I don't want to get anybody confused.
They might be. I know he's got a little brother.
We've got a minute left before halftime. Both teams coming out to the field and warming up. What are you expecting to see this half?
Well, I was just thinking as we were going through there, they haven't played Bryce on offense yet, and he's a really good change of pace from Tank and Tevin. So, if we score another touchdown or two, we might get Bryce in the ball game as just kind of twofold, as give those other guys a break and also give Davis just a little different look.
Yeah, I would love to see him with some screen passes or get him out in open space. He is so fast. He loves to run up the middle and mix it up, but I'd like to see him in the open field. There's only he's only about 135 pounds, something along that lines, but he is so fast and hard to catch.
Well,
136.
one play that they have started running for him is that wheel route out of the backfield, and that's the play I'm looking forward to seeing tonight. That could catch Davis off guard, catch him by surprise.
Well, anything we could do to get him involved, but like I said, there's only one football. We've got a lot of talented players out there. I want to see them all score. I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
They'd like to see it. They'd like to see it for sure.
I think on defense, we just got to make sure we stay disciplined. I think, like you said, we're probably going to see some backups come in and get some time. They're not used to seeing this offense, this wishbone offense, and I want to see them stay as disciplined and play as well as first string has.
Well, I think the key to it is to get Davis to throw out of that wishbone, because they're not very good at it, and we've had really good coverage on their receivers.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's not only discipline up front with the running game, because you never know who's got the ball, but it's the cornerbacks staying with their receiver and then making sure that until they get past the line of scrimmage, because they don't throw it often. When they do, you got to make sure you're on your guy.
Well, it's real tempting to look into the backfield against the wishbone, and because there's a lot going on back there.
There is a lot going on back there.
And a lot of times you don't think that you've got to stay outside with your receiver as that responsibility, because you're thinking they're not going to throw it. Surely they're not going to throw it. And then when they do, if you've had discipline and stayed with your guy, you're going to be right there for the interception or to make a tackle if your guy does happen to catch the ball.
Well, Davis is a very good team, and I know they are going to come out fired up. But
they will.
So far, we're ahead by 21, and they don't score in a hurry based on it's all running game.
Yeah,
so
they chew up a lot of clock.
They do chew up a lot of clock. That works in our favor, but you definitely don't want to get like last year. We had Blake Summers break loose a few times for big runs, and they did score in too big a hurry based on just running game.
Well, the third quarter last year was his quarter, if I remember correctly, and we can't let that happen again. And also, like I said, if they are going to throw it, just defensive backs, just don't let anybody behind you.
You're exactly right. We've got a minute 12 left. I'm running out of analysis on the first half. Chargers ahead 28-7, playing very well. We will go to one more commercial, and then we'll start the second half.
apparel, ranging from t-shirts to sweatpants and even those nifty bleacher seats, you'll always find the perfect Charger gear. Not only will you show off your Charger pride, but you'll be helping improve the school in many ways, such as classroom and activity funding. Come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 2, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 4, and don't come Saturday and Sunday because we won't be there.
All right, 30 seconds left. Chargers finishing their warm-up. The Davis Wolves will get the ball first, and I think they're going to come out agitated and hungry as they've got a few turnovers and they're down by 21 points.
Well, you know, they're playing at Davis. You're not used to being down 28-7 at half, and they've had the same coaching staff for many years. So I'm sure that they got a stern, disciplined talking to at halftime by the coaching staff.
Jody Weber, their coach, who took over for his father, much like Brett Boger took over for his father here at Heritage Hall. But they, like you said, they've been running the wishbone for a long time. It's been successful for a long time. I think they have at least 3 state championships with father and son coaches, and maybe more than that. I know of at least 3.
Well, they do. They've got a cohesive staff with a system that has obviously been in place for many years and has been very, very successful. So
right, they're 1-2 this year, but they've played some stiff competition. They did have some guys graduate. Blake Summers, the quarterback, who was an excellent quarterback for them amongst them. They had Hunter Busby also had a touchdown last year against us.
Yeah.
And they're happy to see those guys graduate, I don't mind telling you, but that certainly is at a little bit of turnover for Davis, and they're still trying to kind of feel their way this year.
Well, you know, they're like the Chargers. I mean, they're going to play a tough non-conference schedule, and those first 2 losses were, out of class, playing 4A teams and 3A teams. And they're not just playing, run-of-the-mill 3A teams and 4A teams, because 3A team they played is ranked 4th, so – all right.
Well, we've got Hunter Carlick back deep with Summers this time. So we are about to get the second half underway.
I think I got to get a shout out there for a Diet Dr. Pepper delivered to the booth for me there.
I don't get that kind of service.
I think that was Eunice Ramanzada there. I wasn't sure. I wasn't looking over there.
But, I can't throw stones.
So
my wife brought me a water, so I can't.
She did. We'll have to send a text message out if we want to get M&Ms up here, Mark.
You're exactly right. I've called for fuzzies before, but it has not yet been delivered. All right, the Chargers do kick it off. Oh, it goes right under Carlick. He better get on it. The ball's at the 3-yard line. He's touched it, and he's looking for somewhere to run. He is in big trouble. He's at the 5-yard line and cannot get away. Tackled at the 6-yard line.
That's Andrew McDonald, starting linebacker, makes another stop on the kickoff team.
They put Carlick back here, who apparently is not used to the kickoffs. It went right between his legs. He's able to get the ball about the 2, and then he's scrambling to try to make something happen, but doesn't get anywhere.
We haven't found a shortstop yet, Mark.
We need to play him in baseball as well as football.
Absolutely.
All right, they were starting at the 6-yard line, so Davis not exactly what they wanted with poor field position to get the second half started.
Tell you, he did a good job to get to where to get to the 7-yard line. he could have been tackled right there at the 1 or the 2.
Yeah. All right. So we got Blake Williams out wide, but let's see. Merrill does hand it off. I can't see who it was. Was that
Cole
Carlick?
McDaniel? First one there, Tevin McDaniel. Yep, number 6.
Yeah, that is Carlick trying to let him redeem himself, but he couldn't get many yards on that one.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to speak too early and say we're starting to figure it out, because just when you do, they can bust a big play on you. But right now we're staying disciplined and staying in our lanes.
Well, no gain. That's 2nd and 10. Merrill this time. No, it is handed off. Sorry, I thought Merrill had it. I was looking for the pitch, but he did hand it off.
First man through, handed off to the fullback there, Carlick.
Yeah, I couldn't see if that was Carlick or Connor Webb.
It was Connor Webb. But
Francisco on the stop.
They were helping Carlick off the pile there.
Come on, Les.
Well, Carlick very talented. We've talked about that. He can play multiple positions, and we just saw him on the kickoff return there, but struggling a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, I can't see who's playing fullback for him right now.
No, good in the game now, wide receiver.
Yeah, Connor Webb. Looks like Connor Webb's playing.
It doesn't tell you on there, Roman. It doesn't tell us at all.
This time it's pitched, but the ball is loose.
Beazle got it. He not only tackled the quarterback, he took the ball from him.
He was looking to pitch it, but he didn't have it very long. Brandon Ezell with a great play with a forced fumble and recovery.
You know, Mark, another thing that kills the Wishbone is penetration.
Yeah.
And we got it there.
Really hard.
That is a great play by the defense. They've got 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. You can't ask for a better start than that from the Chargers. I was hoping their defense would stay involved,
and they did.
They certainly have.
Yeah, it takes a long time for the Wishbone to develop sometime. And like I said, penetration is killing every time.
Like Callahan Walker split wide. They give it to Tank right at the middle. He's bowling over people for a touchdown.
Oh, wow. One play. What was that, 7 yards for Tank, touchdown. Not what Davis was looking for coming out of the locker room.
You're exactly right. That couldn't have gone any better for the Chargers. They get a turnover and score immediately.
Oh my God.
You know, Mark, that was a basic play out of the Wishbone that they were running there, too. It wasn't a trick play. They weren't trying to throw it, and just a great play by Beazle to cause that turnover.
You know, I can tell you that is not what they wanted. They were trying to establish a little run, trying not to panic and throw it, but they didn't establish anything. The Chargers defense was there. Extra point up and good. It's 35-7.
Looks like Tank has got a little cramp going down the sideline there. Maybe his back might be bothering him a little bit.
It's too early to give him the night off, but unless he's injured. But I do feel more comfortable. I mean, I just wanted to make sure that Davis didn't come out and establish the run, because they can't score. Like I said, it's all running game, and they want to try to establish it if they can. But the Chargers get the turnover and a quick score, 35-7 now.
Mark, it looks like our defense is playing a lot better against the Wishbone than it did a year ago, and I think a lot of that is due to our personnel. Beazle, Brendan Nazil didn't play football last year, and he's made 2 key plays and has been putting pressure on their quarterback, and he makes a great play there. And also, like we mentioned, we didn't mention Jack Ross's name in last year's game as much as we are tonight either. So, he's getting a lot of penetration from that interior line there.
I never mentioned the offensive defensive line enough. They do a great job for the Chargers. Hunter Carlick back deep. We're this time Summers gets it. He's at about the 10, 15, the 20, looking for a block.
He's
run down 23.
Run down from behind there by that looks like number 20. That was Campbell Kerr. Good tackle. Campbell from behind.
He got a head of steam, and I don't like to see Summers with a head of steam.
No, I don't either. Having flashbacks to seeing 17 with the ball in red and white is not what we want to see.
10 minutes to go. We just got started in the second half. The Chargers already have a touchdown this half, and we've got 35-7 now. Davis trying to establish a little bit better field position on the 23 this time.
See if we get another turnover.
Merrill does hand it off to the fullback up the middle, and not much there. I think that's Carlick again.
Yeah. Looks like, I guess it's Connor Webb, number 9.
Oh, is that Connor Webb?
I think so. It's number 9, not number 2. It's number 9. I don't have him on the roster.
I don't either, but perhaps Connor Webb had to change jerseys for some reason, because he traditionally does play the fullback. This time it's a keeper by Merrill, but just not much there. It was 2nd and 7, maybe a yard or 2, but it's going to bring up 3rd and about 5.
Beazle off the bottom of the pile there, along with Blake Brigham. Looks like they've given Brendan Nazil, number 25. He's shadowing the quarterback. Just go with him everywhere he goes. Looks like.
Well, he's doing a great job. Just caused a turnover, caused the fumble, and picked it up. Gave the Chargers great field position, and they score right away with Tank up the middle.
Need to stop here.
3rd and 4. This time Merrill does hand it off, but not much there. The Chargers defense is not letting them get anything going.
That's Jack Ross again. We're getting, like I said, that penetration will kill the Wishbone. And looks like that's Brendan Nazil getting off the bottom of the pile there, and also Andrew McDonald.
I mean, that's just tough. Davis Wolves 4th and 2. They look like they want to go for it. We'll see if we've got a lot of time left, and they're only on 31-yard line. But they know they needed some sort of sustained drive just to try to change their luck, so to speak.
That was a good play by Andrew McDonald there from his linebacker spot, forcing the loss there on the penetration.
Well, they are going for it.
They're going to try to draw us off sides.
Trevor Merrill
they might have moved, but they called timeout. Yeah, they were just. I think it looks like they were just going to try to draw us off sides there.
Well, the Chargers too disciplined, and they we've talked about it all night. The defense has been very disciplined tonight, so that did not work. They forced them to call a timeout. Chargers looking good.
You know, Mark, one thing too on the wishbone, it looks like it kind of looks like on their fakes, it looks like they're running into each other, like they're trying to ride the fullback, but it looks like the quarterback's actually running into the fullback as he pulls the ball away. So that's slowing him down, and also it doesn't seem like they're keeping their spacing very well, so it doesn't really allow them to carry out their fakes.
Well, they have not opened up any holes. I mean, that offensive line is not moving the Chargers at all, and that's great news for us.
Yeah, and as we get penetration too, we might be pushing those guys off their fakes, might be pushing them into the quarterback too as he goes down the line of scrimmage.
That's a good analysis because I don't think they like what we're doing. But I like it.
There's too much penetration going on for their taste, I'm sure, and they are going to drop back into punt formation here. Looks like Trevor Merrill's a punter.
Trevor Merrill, the punter and the quarterback. This is always a dangerous combination.
You better watch out for this.
It's a high snap. He's looking, and he does kick it straight up. He
got a spiral too.
Campbell Kerr, get out of the way. He does touch it. Davis gets it, falls on it. Number 7 falls on it.
That was Chandler Shepard. I'm gonna say that he didn't touch it, but you know, we just have to get away from that ball there.
I agree. Catch it or get away. We've discussed it.
Just because you call fair catch doesn't mean you have to catch it. You just get away from it.
Yeah, that is not, after a great defensive stop, that's not what we want to see from our special teams.
Yeah, plus it takes a Davis bounce too, but that was a good another rugby punt with a spiral there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a better kick than I thought. I thought it was going straight up, but it definitely got some distance.
We're still going to have good field position.
Well, very good. I definitely thought it touched Chandler Shepard,
yeah.
So that's a break for the Chargers.
From this angle, it looked like it did.
Quick throw.
There's this right up the hash mark. Cole McDaniel. Good move.
Oh, he makes a good move, but he slides down right at the 40-yard line. That's a nice play, nice 25-yard gainer. Cole McDaniel wide open. That's exactly what I want to see from the offense.
I tell you what,
Cole McDaniel's got great hands. He was wide open. Great throw.
That was a great throw by Blake Adams there. I mean, hit him right in stride. Nobody there, right up the hash mark. Cole just slipped a little bit as he tried to make a move there.
Well, and I don't know how to phrase it. Wisdom would tell you we're going to run the ball a lot and try to run the clock, and we're already up by 28. But that's Coach Bogert's not. He doesn't want to do what they expect us to do. This time it is a run to Tank over to the right side. And he gets about 5 yards.
We haven't called Jaron Holbert's name in a while. He made the tackle out there. We hadn't called his name since the first quarter. His jersey's pretty clean too. He might have gotten hurt, or maybe they've been substituting for him, Mark.
Well, I'm happy we haven't been calling his name a lot.
They've got some size. They've got some size along that defensive line there. Maverick McCaskill, 6'3", 225. We called his name once in the first half. But we're running the ball away from those guys.
Yep, 2nd and 4. They give him 6 to Tank on that one. And this time they give it to Tank again, straight at the middle. He has got a big lane to run through, and he runs well to about the 20-yard line. That's a nice 15-yard gain.
Yeah, he ran right over Summers there after 15 yards downfield. That was the same play, just to the other side.
Well, that was great blocking by our
They pitched the ball
line
to him, but he doesn't hit the boundary. It's an off-tackle pitch is what they run to him, and they ran the previous play to the other side. Chargers are rolling. I like this like this drive we've got going on.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. They are on their heels. They don't know what we're going to do and when we're going to do it, and that's exactly what Coach Bogert wants.
Now we got empty backfields. He can throw out of this formation here.
Yeah, we ran a wide receiver screen on it earlier. We'll see what we do here. It is a screen to Tevin.
Great block, Cole McDaniel.
They block him to the outside. Flag on the play.
That's a late call there to call Cole for a block in the back or a hold. So I don't know what they're going to call there. Looks like that's what they're going to call. I don't think that.
Well, that time they ran it to the outside and blocked him to the inside the first time. This time they block him to the outside and Tevin cuts it into the inside.
Yeah,
it's a good play call, but we'll see about the flag.
You know, that's a harder throw than it looks too. That's a hard throw to make there by Blake because you don't really know how much your guy's going to flatten out, and if he comes upfield just a little bit, you might throw the ball behind him. So It's a tough
throw
throw.
to
It's a tough
turnover.
throw to make. Yeah.
All right, that is going to be some type of blocking penalty. It's going to be 1st and 12.
I like the effort nonetheless by Cole McDaniel, doing a great job blocking downfield tonight.
Well, we've called his name. He's had a very good game, got a touchdown and multiple good blocks to free up some guys. So that's Tank right up the middle for about 3 or 4 yards.
Looked like we were going to run a little option of our own there. You see who number 7 there getting off the bottom of the stack, JT Maynard.
JT Maynard had a good game last year also. I'm
Yeah,
happy we haven't been calling his name.
That's the first time we've called his name, and actually that tackle might have been made by first contact there by 55 middle linebacker Dalton Wyckoff.
2nd and 9. Blake in the shotgun. Tank there with him. This time Blake keeps it. He does pitch it to Tevin, who gets around the end for a 1st down and more.
There's that option play that we ran very effectively against Clinton in the second half last week. We opened the half with that long touchdown run by Tevin.
Tank thought he was, I think he thought there may have been a fumble on it. Blake Adams pulled the ball out, and Tank was looking back to make sure it wasn't on the turf. Blake had it and pitched it at the right time like he always does. And Tevin was there for a big game.
I'm not sure that Tank might have baited some of the Davis players into thinking there was a fumble too. They all kind of shuffled in their tracks there.
Callahan Walker split out wide. We've got 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
Guess who?
Tank. Oh, and they can't bring him down. He's in the end zone.
Tell you what, they had a guy there right when he got the ball. Initially, has him around the leg. He just shakes that off and goes in for the touchdown.
You want to try to get him low, but that's not going to guarantee anything. Tank is hard to bring down.
Hit him around the tracks again. It's the only place you could hit him, but we better come with a head of steam and the guts to wrap him up.
Yeah, you're going to be on the losing end, but hopefully you can make the tackle.
Yeah, that's right. Well, hopefully you can hang on long enough to get some friends around the ball.
Yeah, you definitely. He's hard to bring down one-on-one for sure. Extra point is up and good. We're now at 42-7. The Chargers offense is scoring lots of points this year.
Well, this is just the exact reversal of the 3rd quarter that we saw down in Davis last year, Mark. The exact mirror image, just Heritage Hall doing the damage this year.
They are turning into a 3rd quarter team because they are scoring lots of points in the 3rd quarter. So far this year, they have 28 at Clinton. I don't know how many against Cassidy, but I think at least 2 and maybe 3.
Well, that's on the coaching staff there, making the adjustments at halftime. And like I said, we've got a really diverse offense and several plays and several different formations. And looks like Devin is going to start warming up, maybe get to Devin Crawford, our backup quarterback, into the game.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. He hasn't played a whole lot this year, but he is a big, strong kid and seems to play the quarterback position well.
He has a really good arm. He's a good baseball player. He moved here from Marlow, but he got involved with the 7-on-7 with them this summer too. So he moved and got off to a good start with the team and got some timing with the receivers and knows the offense.
Oh, you got Carlick and Summers, deep per usual. They're getting a workout on the special teams because we keep kicking off to them a lot.
Well, they've misplayed a couple balls back there and allowed us to tackle them inside their own 10-yard line.
Summers catches this one clean at the 5. He's
Derek
going upfield. He's at the 20. He cut into the left. We can't bring him down. Somebody grab him. He's at about the 23-yard line. That's a long run, and he couldn't break free.
Santana finally got it. Oh, Andrew McDonald tackled him again. That's 3rd tackle for Andrew on special teams tonight.
Having a very good night.
Bryce was in there on the play, too. Number 44 for the Chargers is getting down there, too. That's a freshman.
Preston Nelson?
Yeah, he's getting down there 5'9", 150. He's got some good speed. He's been down there 3 or 4 times.
All right, Merrill under center. It's 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Full backfield. This time they give it to Carlick, but
look who's there.
Yeah.
More penetration from his defensive tackle spot.
I don't know how he keeps getting there. I mean, he's given up traditionally 50 to 75 pounds a night, maybe more. Well, he is always in the backfield.
Well, I tell you what he's doing. He knows where the ball's going. He's shooting that gap, and he's smaller and quicker than those Davis offensive linemen. He's getting right. He's shooting the gap on him.
I don't know if he goes between their legs or what, but he's back there in a hurry. He's against much bigger opponents.
Yeah, he's Houdini because the guy in front of him trying to block him there is.
Uh-oh. There's a jump from Davis.
Let's see that guy's number.
It's 55. It looks like it was offsides. I don't know if that's who you're referring to. That's Dalton Wyckoff.
I'm looking for the.
There's
68. Is
65, I think. Jaron Holbert.
Is it 68 though who came in to the game? I don't see him.
Well, I think it's actually exactly what we're talking about. Blake Brigham's getting into the backfield too often. That time he's almost forced him to jump off sides because they're so sick of Blake getting beaten into the punch.
Yeah, he's shooting a gap on him.
2nd and 14. It's a keeper from. Oh no, he does hand it off, but there's nothing there. We think that's Connor Webb. He switched jerseys as number 9.
Yeah, that's another good play in there. It looked like it was Jack Ross and Bryce in there again.
Well, I was following the quarterback looking for him to pitch it, but he'd hand it off to the fullback. They keep going to that, and I know they have to as part of their offense, but they are not getting anywhere with it.
No, that's Andrew McDonald also in there on the penetration.
It's 3rd and 13 from the 20-yard line. Still no wide receivers out there. Sometimes they'll bring in 1 or 2 just to keep you guessing. This time they do pitch it out. It looks like it's Taylor Ball. He gets about 5 yards, but he's about 7 yards too short of the first down.
Yeah, Beazle makes him pay the price for pitching that ball there. And that allows Dawson Evans to come up and run support from his strong safety spot.
4th and 6. It looks like they are going to punt. They're at the 27-yard line.
Chandler Shepard back deep again. Let's see if we can get this figured out here on the punt receiving. Looks like he might.
Oh, well, I agree. I thought he might be throwing it there for a second. Chandler does catch it.
Good catch.
He takes a spin move, but he can't get away at the 30-yard line.
And Bryce comes over and tries to give him the block, but number 20 downfield, Matthew Keith.
Yeah, J.T. Maynard with him as well. That's a good catch. I mean, I'm always nervous when when he catches it like that, but he does get the catch, spin move, but he can't quite get away.
Well, if he would have, could have gotten his jersey free there, I think he was going to get up for a pretty nice gain up the sideline there, Mark.
But it was a good catch, a lot cleaner. Like I said, we kind of got lucky, if you ask me, on the previous punt where the ball got away from it just in time, but it was close.
Yeah, it looked like it did. Yeah, we got Bryce Sobranis back in the game, as we mentioned. Might get a change of pace.
1st and 10. Bryce Sobranis does get it. He's fast. He gets about 2 or 3 yards.
We got Devin Crawford in there too, a backup quarterback in there now, number 11.
I am ready to get Bryce Sobranis on the wide side of the field and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him some real estate in which to run out there.
Well, I mean, and like I said, the coaches aren't afraid to call it up the middle, and he's not afraid to go up the middle. But he does not. He's given up. He's 100 pounds lighter than Tank, and he's not afraid to do it. But I think they'd have more success trying to get him in some space.
Yeah, we got Beazle in the backfield too with him. So we got our 2 starters out of the ball game right now. Tevin and Tank are both on the sidelines there with a 42-7 lead.
Well, we got a quick flag on the play, and they're marching it off. It's against Davis.
Encroachment?
I guess in the neutral zone of some kind.
Yeah, well, they call them offsides.
We've got 2nd and 3 now for the Chargers, right about the 38-yard line. They give it to Sobranis getting outside. One guy to beat, couldn't quite get around him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get the boundary there on him at Summers. That's a nice tackle from his safety spot.
It is. Bryce knew he wasn't going to get there and tried to cut it upfield, but that is a good tackle by the defense. It's going to bring 3rd and 4.
Michael McMullen into the ball game. Looked like we were going to get Cole McDaniel out for a little bit of rest.
No, Michael McMullen, backup quarterback last year, but he's moved this year and plays some running back and caught some passes against Cassidy. Had a really good game.
Yeah, they're putting him out there in the slot position, taking Cole McDaniel's spot. Going to line up a tight end sometimes too.
Yep, Callahan Walker out there. It's a quick throw. I can't see who.
Shepard over on the boundary.
Shepard does get the first down.
Might get him for a late hit out of bounds. Sure did. Yeah, that was late. Over on their sideline too. Their coaches can't be happy about that.
They are not, but I mean, Davis is just getting frustrated. They're losing by 35 and nothing is going their way, but that's not what you want the coaches to see.
That was late. Really cheap shot out of
Oh,
bounds.
they're picking it up.
Oh my gosh, they're taking it off.
I agree that it looked like it was late. It's on the far side from where we are, but it did look like a late hit.
Well, they wouldn't have picked that flag up if it had been on our sidelines. I can promise you that.
Well, I think the coaches may have encouraged the call.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, we've got 1st and 10. Still is a first down, but no penalty on the play. It's a give to Sobranos. He takes on a few guys and leans forward, gets about 5 out of it.
Yep, that was a good play there. Bryce looks a little bit quicker this year. I think his he battled a foot injury almost all last year, Mark, and he looks a lot quicker. That first 2 steps of his are really explosive now.
Well, and he's gained about 10 pounds of muscle as well from last year's stats. He's fun to watch. I want to get him, like I said, if I can get him in the open field.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's give him a pitch or something, get him out on the boundary and get somebody in front of him to block for him and see what can happen.
2nd and 6. Devin Crawford in, as you mentioned, and he's running the offense well. Give to Sobranos again for another couple of yards, but that's going to bring up probably 3rd and about 4. Jack Hansing coming in the game.
Yeah, can't miss him with those orange cleats on. He says they're red, but they sure do look orange to me.
I'll let you guys take care of that at home. All right, we got 3rd and 4 from the 48. Hansing is going to be coming to the Charger sidelines, lined up as a wide receiver. It's a quick throw. Oh, McMullen cannot come up with it.
Man, that's that throw again. That's a tough throw to make there.
Well, and you mentioned there's a lot of timing involved with that, and the starters get to work together a lot, and those two probably not near as much.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Well, that does bring up 4th and 4, and it looks like we are going to punt. I know it's against the Bogert nature, but it's probably a wise decision.
Yeah, I think Garrett likes to punt when we get a big lead in the 3rd quarter. Oh, look, he hit
got a strong leg. See where it bounces.
Oh, here we go. We're going to get that one inside the 10.
Bryce Sobranos there to down it right around the 6-yard line. That's a great punt from Garrett McLaughlin. We've talked about a strong leg.
Yeah, that was a what is that, a 40-yard punt? With no spiral, really.
Yeah, I agree. He doesn't need a spiral.
He just has such a strong leg. He doesn't have to work on that drop like a lot of punters do. He can drop it rugby style and punt it out there. You know, Mark, have you noticed our guys are slipping a lot tonight on the field?
Yeah, I have noticed that.
Do you think there's
no rain? And I don't know if it sprinkled earlier or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but it looks like a lot of guys are losing their footing. Merrill kept it there.
It's going to be down to about the 12-yard line. There's going to be a gain of about 4 to 5 yards.
You know, that's one of their longer gains since the first quarter. You know, 5-yard gain on 1st down.
Well, we're running out of time in the 3rd quarter. We've got about 22 seconds left.
Quick moving quarter, sure it has been. 17 seconds left. Defensive guys looking for a sign for the coaches. What line?
Noah Gooden split out. Couldn't tell if there's moving or not. They do hand it off, but not enough for the first. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like Blake Brigham was there, and also a good play in there by Grayson Wilson's in there at linebacker number 42.
I couldn't see, is that Hunter Carlick that carried the ball?
Yeah, out of his.
That's going to bring the end of the 3rd quarter, and we've got Heritage Hall 42, Davis 7. The offense just doing whatever they want, it looks like.
Well, it's like I said, it's a reversal of last year's game down in Davis. The 3rd quarter last year belonged to the Wolves, but tonight it belongs to the Chargers. Putting lots of points up on the board, Mark.
Hopefully the 4th quarter will as well. We will go to commercial here, and we'll come back with the final quarter of the game. Heritage Hall 42, Davis 7.
It's intelligent enough to warn of danger from virtually anywhere. It's been smashed and driven. It's perceptive enough to detect other vehicles on the road. It's been shaken and pummeled. It's innovative enough to brake by itself, park itself, and help you steer. It's been in the rain and dragged through the mud. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLE. It's where brains meet brawn.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We are at Potbury Memorial Stadium. Heritage Hall is 42, Davis 7. The offense and defense clicking on all cylinders, I would say. There's not been near the penalties we've seen the first 2 games. And the Chargers looking really strong.
Yeah, it looks like we've got just a few backups into the ball game for the Chargers on defense. Looks like number 42, Grayson Wilson's coming in at middle linebacker for Tank. And also, we've got freshman 44 in there. That was Preston Nelson that's been playing on the kickoff team, and we've got him getting some action as a freshman.
But Davis runs the ball. Looks like Merrill on the keep, and it is going to be enough for the first down.
Brendan Azil making the tackle there. Beasl's made several tackles tonight, and Big Jack Ross is going to come off.
He's had a very
He's had a great game, and looks like Jaden McDaniel, freshman number 6, is going to come in and take over Jack's spot in the defensive line. Also, it looks like number 72 there, Luke Williams, coming in. Luke's a sophomore, number 72, playing defensive line there.
Yeah, Briston Summers is in at quarterback and hit immediately.
He fumbled the snap. Miles Francisco and Grayson Wilson again in there with the penetration. Grayson playing good, the small amount of time he's been in the game. Going to get Garrett McGinnis is going to come in also, coming in at the bandit position for Brendan Azil. Andrew McDonald, starting linebacker, is going to come out of the ball game. There's another freshman that gets into the ball game. 34 is Connor Carey. This is good to see, getting some young players in there with some action.
Yep, that's going to be a great experience for him. We got Briston Summers in. He's flipping out the with the running back.
That's Carlick, I think, and Brent. Looks like Chandler Shepard's going to catch him.
Shepard's going to catch him. Nice tackle right at the 13-yard line.
Chandler ran him down, 15-yard line. Looked like he was going to strip the ball from him.
See that? I can't see if that's number 5 or number 6. Is that Jordan Thomas or is that Carlick?
I think it's number 5,
Jordan Thomas.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas. That's his second carry.
It was a nice pitch from Summers, and it went for a lot of yards, but Chandler Shepard never gave up on the play. Runs it down right around the 20-yard line.
They say he's a backup quarterback too, Mark, so there's they got 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Looks like Summers is taking over for Merrill.
Yep.
And Jordan Thomas is coming in at left half.
So this time it's fullback to Connor Webb. Gets about 4 yards out of it. Going to be 2nd and 6.
You know, they're doing this against some of our second and third team linemen there. We also have another freshman into the ball game, number 62 is Jack Griffin into the ball game. He's also a freshman. So we got 4 freshmen out there getting some varsity playing time, Marcus. It's good to see, get them some action, get them some looks at the varsity level.
It is. We have talked about Heritage Hall very good about that. Trying to give them some action. It only pays dividends later. That's Jordan Thomas with a carry. He gets down to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down.
That's a good tackle there. Sophomore Garrett McGinnis in there, number 17, and coming from his bandit position. And Derek Sanders also getting off the bottom of the pile there.
Well, we've talked about Connor McGinnis in years past for sure. That's his little brother playing good on the defensive side.
Yeah,
3rd and 1, not quite enough for the first down.
Yeah, the last of the McGinnises here playing at Heritage Hall. He's just a sophomore, so we'll see him for 2 more years.
Well, it's time to hand it off to Thomas again. He does get the first down to about the 4-yard line. The clock is running. We've got about 9 minutes and 28 seconds, and they're trying to get 35 points on this series. I'm not sure if they're going to get that, but they are getting closer to the 7.
That's a nice tackle there by Preston Nelson in there. Looks like he's going to come out of the ball game though.
All right, 1st and goal. Summers now in at quarterback and marching his team down. There is a flag on the play. That looked like Connor Webb.
Looked like should be a procedure call on the Wolves. There's another number in there.
Is that number 3?
Michael McLaughlin's also in there. It looks like a freshman linebacker at Garrett McLaughlin's cousin. Michael's a freshman. Came to Heritage Hall from Westminster. We've got a strong freshman class that came in this year, Mark. A lot of good athletes, a lot of good football players in that class.
Yep, I know. William McDonald also with that group.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, I hope we'll get to see William here at quarterback here in the fourth quarter. He's gotten to play the first 2 games this year.
Now 1st and 9, Summers with a keeper. Wrapped
Derek
up about
Sanders.
the 3 or 4. I can't see.
That was a nice play by Derek. They're getting some penetration from his. Also Grayson Wilson in there too. Those 2 on the tackle there.
Well, the Summers doing his best to try to get some points on the board. Chargers haven't let him in yet, but we got 2nd and goal from about the 3-yard line.
The good news is this clock is ticking as they run the ball so much. It's a hard offense to come from behind.
It definitely is, and we know we want them to be throwing even though they don't want to be.
That's right, yeah.
All right, we've got a lot of Chargers up there. They hand it off to Jordan Thomas. He's able to finish it off.
Still doesn't get in. He's up
I can't
inside
see. Yeah, they're not giving it to him.
Inside the 1-yard line. Bryce
It's close. 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
Looked like Bryce stuck his nose in there for that tackle there. Got some penetration.
Bryce is not afraid to mix it up.
You know, Jordan Thomas, they didn't run him at all in the first half.
Yeah, they did, but he's very talented. I would say breakaway speed, but Chandler Shepard ran him down.
Yeah,
so
sure did,
not
yeah.
quite breakaway, but
Yeah,
he's having a good lot of yards on this drive. This time Summers with a keeper. He's got a caravan. It looks like he is in, and he does score.
Yep.
Kristen Summers.
They finally score. Been since the first quarter since they'd scored, Mark, and they do it on 2nd and 3rd teamers and lots of freshmen in there for the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, a good drive for them. A big run by
Thomas.
Jordan Thomas.
But,
But,
you're right. That was a 50, 60-yard run there that got him the field position.
Wyckoff up and good.
Looked like
he said
hooked
no.
it.
Sorry, you're exactly right. That is not good.
Yeah, he hooked it. Looks like the wind is now, Mark, come up out of the north. So that front that was forecasted to come through looks like it's here. So that might have affected that kick a little bit.
So we got 42-13 now with the missed extra point. But let's give us a chance breaking the action to give us a shout out to our sponsors again. Definitely want to thank one of our official sponsors, First Liberty Bank, where your success is their passion. Let First Liberty help you achieve your goals by calling 405-608-4500 or visiting myfirstliberty.com.
Charger Vision would also like to thank sponsor Mercedes-Benz of OKC for their support of our program. Visit their showroom downtown or check them out on the web at mbokc.com.
We'd also like to thank RS Fuel Convenience Store. Make a pit stop on the south side of Memorial Road between Portland and May Avenue. High-performance fuel for you and your car. All right, looks like, I don't know, do you think there'll be any tomfoolery on the kickoff?
I don't know if they'll have an onside kick here or not, but looks like the Chargers are sure going to be ready for it. They've got the looks like they got the hands team up there. They've got Keon Ramazada, Beazle, Derek Sanders, Andrew McDonald there in the second level
Jack
there.
Griffin up there on the first row. We'll see what they do here. I don't know
looking
why
right-
they wouldn't.
He's
But
looking right at him. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't either.
no,
Pooch
it's kind
kicks
of a
it.
pooch kick. It looks like a fair catch.
Yeah. That's a good play
Couldn't
there.
see it
They put Andrew
Is that
McDonald.
Andrew McDonald?
Yeah, they ran him in there at the last second just for that, just to make that play, and he sure does.
Well, he makes the right decision. Just fair catches it, ball security, and the Chargers come out on offense.
Yeah. Andrew's played a lot of football, so I guarantee they were comfortable having him out there in that spot, tell him exactly what to do with it. I can't see who they took off for that, but I guarantee it was a freshman or a sophomore.
Right. It looks like we've still got Devin Crawford in at quarterback.
Campbell Kerr's in there at one receiver. Looks like Zane Wade, sophomore, number 81, wide receiver into the ball game now.
Jack Hansing split way out wide. They give it to Sobranis. He's in the open field. He's getting around the corner. Jack Hansing and getting a block for him. He gets free. He does step out of bounds at midfield, but that's what I want to see. Sobranis in the open field. He's so fast. It's a nice 14-yard gain.
Good downfield block there by our receivers there, kind of keeping into the rhythm of what they've been doing all night long, Mark, breaking those long runs for our running backs.
Jack Hansing with a good block.
Got to be careful you don't get your hands too far out there, Mark. They'll call you for holding.
1st and 10. No flags this time. Sobranis right at the middle. He's got a seam. He's at the 40. A nice spin move down to about the 36. Bryce Sobranis churning up the yards.
Good enough for a Charger, 1st and 10.
All right, we've got Crawford in the shotgun. Sobranis again to the left side. Gets another about 5 yards on 1st and 10. So we're just going to bring up about 2nd and 5 or 6.
Going to be a steady diet here for Bryce. Has to love this time of the ball game. He knows he's going to get the ball.
Well,
as I say that, they take him out of the ball
Well,
game.
it's just like you said, the defense getting tired, and he's got a full head of steam ready to go. It's going to bring 2nd and 7. They only get 3 yards on that run, but he so far has gotten all the yards on this drive.
That's right. Looks like Michael McMullen's back in there at one of the running back positions as well.
Crawford keeps it this time, but nothing there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it was a good play there. Number 44, Gunnar Arms, sophomore, 6'3", 240. Well, I tell you what, Davis has some size, Mark. They must not run that well on the defensive side of the ball, but they sure do have some size.
They definitely do. All right,
I think
the play clock ticking down. Devin Crawford looking for the call from the sidelines. See if we can get everybody set up and get the play off.
Pretty much at this point, all freshmen and sophomores out there.
Does get the call. Preston
run.
Nelson running up the middle. He's going to be close. It looks like he may be a little short.
Yeah,
bring up 4th and 1 or 2.
That was a nice run there. Preston Nelson, another freshman into the ball game. We've called his name a couple times tonight. Also, they've got
4th, and they're going to say a long two. They're going to say 3s.
4th and 4.
I don't have number 22 on our roster, but he's playing out there too.
We got Morgan Dinwiddie.
Let's see. I thought he was hurt.
That's a low snap. They do give it the ball to him.
Oh, yeah.
Preston Nelson with a good
again.
run. He gets
Stiff
the first
arm.
down and more. Gets down
Yeah.
to about the 21-yard line.
Nice run. Good to see that. He's got some speed there, getting out on the boundary as a freshman.
5'9", 150 freshman, but he's running big so far.
Yeah, that's a great run by him.
It's going to be first down, ball at the 21-yard line. We, like you said, we're playing a lot of backups, but the offense is not missing a beat.
You got Shane Powell in there in the ball game too, number 29. If we give him the ball, he's got some speed too.
He's
if
very
he gets out on
fast.
the boundary.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, he could have caught that guy from behind a while ago too.
All right, looks like Devin
Give him the
Crawford.
ball.
They
See if he
do
can
give
get
the ball,
outside.
but he doesn't have anywhere to run.
Yeah, they get penetration on us there. That was number 75 there, Jaden Seeley. They've got their sophomores in the ball game too. Lots of sophomores, 2nd and 3rd team guys out there.
Well, not much there. It's going to bring up actually a loss of 2 yards at 2nd and 12.
You know, Mark, I think at this point in the ball game, I think this is another reason why we like to play Davis. They know the game's out of reach, and they know our coaches are trying to get some younger players in the ball game, and they're doing the same thing on their side of the ball, not leaving their varsity in and trying to get anybody hurt. So that's a class move by Davis coaching staff.
It is, but I think you're exactly right. They're doing exactly the same thing, meaning their young guys are going to be playing Sunday. Shane Powell right up the middle gets about 7 or 8 yards. But, I mean, they need experience for future years as well. So
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody's on the same page.
Well, where did we play last year when the coach they refused to pull out? Was it Beggs? They didn't pull out their varsity the entire game in that playoff. We were up by 40 points at least, and you know that's the way you can get some guys hurt. But Davis, like you say, they're wanting to get their guys some playing time too. Shane Powell's got a quick burst when he gets the ball right up there.
He definitely does. 3rd and 7.
That's a quick 5 yards he got there.
Devin Crawford not in a big hurry to get a playoff, just trying to milk the clock as much as he can. Shane Powell with a spin move, and
wow.
he looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Man, that was a
Gonna
nice
be close.
move there. Early penetration by the Davis defensive line there, and gets him the spin move. He's been watching TV. The Ohio State running back did that the other day.
Yeah.
And there goes William McDonald in the ball game at quarterback now. Number 12.
Now, is he coming in at quarterback? I know he can play running back, play quarterback. We'll see. It looks like he is playing quarterback. You're exactly right.
Andrew's younger brother, William, coming to us as a freshman. Played a lot of football. He's really good.
4th and 1. Other thing.
Shane Powell, get outside.
Shane Powell trying to get around the corner and does get the first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Oh, I saw that over here. Maybe. Golly, they might call us for a motion or
That's what it looks
illegal
like.
procedure.
You're exactly right.
That was a nice run there by Shane Powell.
That was. I definitely want to thank Fields and Futures for supporting Charger Vision. Check them out online at fieldsandfutures.com to find out how they're empowering coaches and kids be something bigger than themselves. Fields and Futures, igniting success one field, one coach, one student at a time.
Also, that's we've also had number 88 in the ball game. That's Reeves Mitchell. He's also a freshman. He's a good-looking athlete too, 6'1", 150. Saw him catch a ball the other night at Jones at the JV game. He's got some nice speed after he catches the ball. So,
well, I think it's awesome. We're getting a lot of our freshmen in, and we're having success. We're marching right on down the field.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, we're against Davis's second, third, 14 guys too. William McDonald.
Yep.
Another spin
good
move.
Spin move by Shane Powell trying to get to the
outside.
outside. Is he going to be able to get around? It's 4th and 6. It looks like he's a yard or two short.
He's done that spin move, the same guy 2 times.
Well, he's able to get some yardage, but not able to get enough for the first. So we do turn it over on downs.
Also, big number 74 out there, Ian Self, is out there playing offensive tackle at 6'4", 226. Ian, a senior, good to see him out there getting some playing time and paying him off for all the hard work he does at practice.
Well, we talk about all these guys, they don't get to play as much as they want, but they're still doing all the same stuff in practice, and they've got to work against the first team a lot. They help everybody get better.
Well, you know, at the Breakfast of Champions, when the season kicks off right in the spring, coaches were telling the freshmen and sophomore to get ready. They're going to get a lot of playing time this year. And they will, because the score's like tonight.
Not much there, not much of a gain there. If you or your company want to sponsor Charger Vision, contact Luke Steelman at chargervision@heritagehall.com. He'd certainly, we love all the support we can get. We certainly want to thank the sponsors we have, but we could always use more. All right, we've got 1st and 10 for Davis. They're at the 33-yard line. We've got 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Some of the Charger faithful are thinning out as we think we have this game under control at 42-13.
They want to beat the traffic jam on 122nd, I think, Mark.
It could be brutal this time of night. All right, Davis is running the ball, trying to get some yards, just trying to get some experience from their guys as well. The roster's getting so deep, I can't tell you who's running the ball.
Connor Colbert there on the tackle for the Chargers.
All right, 2nd and 9 from the 33, now down to 1:28. We've talked about it. They run the ball, and so it's hard to come from behind with that way. But like you said, they're just trying to get some experience for some guys. They're still running the wishbone with some new guys. A hand out to fullback straight up the middle.
Tell you what I like to see.
Number 2.
What I like to see, Mark, is all these guys are trying to get to the ball carry and trying to penetrate and trying to make tackles, and they're not backing off at all.
They're not. I mean, like you said, everybody's trying to show that they deserve more playing time.
This is Davis's first string offense too. Looks like to me. I mean, they might have replaced Merrill with Summers at quarterback, but I have a hard time believing there's much fall off there.
Well, we've talked about Jordan Thomas. I don't know why he's not getting more playing time. He's looks like an excellent player to me. But
oh yeah. Look at there.
Number 10 tackled.
That was Garrett McGinnis. Or no, number 27. I thought that was 17. That was Connor Colbert running that play down from the backside. Really good play by Connor.
Very good play for a loss on the play.
Connor's a junior, good size, 6 foot, 175, good looking athlete.
It's going to be 4th and 3. We've got 28 seconds left in the game.
These guys on defense are like, snap it again, we don't get to play. They want to go for another quarter.
Well, it looks like they're going to have to snap it one more time, but it'll be the last play of the game.
Pretty short game tonight, 9:15.
It is a short game. We talked about all the running plays. It certainly makes it go faster. Summers does hand it off to number 3.
Fullback.
Running. no, gets the first down, but that's it. The game over at midfield. That's Logan Talaferro with the run.
Couldn't see who made the initial contact there.
Well, that's
like
a great game by the Chargers, 42-13.
Yeah, looks like it was Preston Nelson again, the freshman linebacker.
Preston Nelson had a good game on offense and defense.
Yeah.
He's going to earn more playing time at this pace.
Yeah, he looks like a good player.
Well, it's going to wrap it up here. We are going to go through the basically the rundown, the summary of all the scoring. But right now we've got Heritage Hall 42, Davis 13. The game is over. We're happy to get a little payback from the last few years with Davis beating us 2 years in a row. But the Chargers come out on top tonight.
You know, I've been watching the Chargers play football for a long time, and this is as dominating a performance against the Davis Wolves as I've seen by Heritage Hall. And you know, you can tell that the Davis players are pretty well dejected as they come through the line, shaking hands there, Mark. They're not used to finding themselves at 1-3.
You're exactly right.
On a young season like it is.
We definitely want to mention our player of the game. We think Cole McDaniel had a great game. A lot of blocking at his position. Ends up with a touchdown reception after a little bit of a busted play. Blake Adams finds him in the end zone. We're hoping we can get him up here to interview him. We have Cole McDaniel as our player of the game. We're going to go to our commercial, and then we're going to come back with kind of go over the summary of the scoring, and hopefully you can get Cole McDaniel up here.
Head on down to the Charger Corner to buy your latest in-school apparel. Range from t-shirts to sweatpants and even those nifty bleacher seats. You'll always find the perfect Charger gear. Not only will you show off your Charger pride, but you'll be helping improve the school in many ways, such as classroom and activity funding. Come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 2. Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 4. And don't come Saturday and Sunday, because we won't be there.
Welcome back to Pop Murray.
Head on down to the Charger Corner.
Final score, Heritage Hall 42, the Davis Wolves 13. Let me run through the scoring recap for you. We started off with giving Davis a short field, and they took advantage of it. And they scored first with Connor Webb on a 5-yard run right at the middle. Chargers down 7-0. But from there, it was a lot of Chargers after that. We had Tank with a 13-yard run to score, make it 7-7. Then we had a fumble recovery by Jack Ross that gave Heritage Hall a short field and give it to Tank. He runs it in for 7 yards, make it 14-7. Then Blake Adams with a beautiful interception at about midfield. And then we turned around and drove down. Then Blake Adams finished it off with a 5-yard keeper. They made it 21-7. And then Blake Adams kind of on a looking to pass, fumbles the ball. He picks it up and jogs to the right side and finds Cole McDaniel in the end zone with a great throw and catch. For about 13 yards. That made it 27 right at the half. Then in the second half, it was Tank Love, 5-yard run to make it 35-7. Then something surprising, Tank Love, 7-yard run to make it 42-7. And then we had Briston Summers. They drove it down the field, and he had a 1-yard run, and they missed the extra point to make your final 42-13. Tell me what you were most impressed with, Rick.
Well, I was most impressed with, first of all, just the coaches, just the adjustments that they made. And I know that sounds funny to say in a game that we won 42-13 that you had to make any adjustments, but we used a lot of plays tonight. We used a lot of the offense. We got a lot of players involved. Yes, Tank got the bulk of the carries, and Tevin touched the ball a fair amount as well. But also, you know, we got our player of the game, Cole McDaniel. We got him a little bit more involved than we have been. And Cole came up with, I believe, 3 receptions tonight, but all of them were great and very timely. As you mentioned, he scored a touchdown on that broken play where he kept in the play running his route. He also had lots of great blocks downfield to spring, longer runs for our running backs, Tevin and Tank. So he shows a very unselfish nature on this team. And I just thought that we got everybody involved tonight, and as we mentioned, from the midway through the first quarter until we took our starters out, I think Davis was on their heels the entire night.
Yep, I mean, I think we threw it sometimes when we could have run it. We ran it sometimes when we should have thrown it, and they didn't know what we were going to do. Our offense is looking very, very solid so far this year. Player of the game is going to be Cole McDaniel. We're going to try to get him up here, but we could have given it to Tank. He had a great game, per usual, but he always has a good game. I'm starting to take him for granted. Jack Ross had a great game.
Yeah, that's what I was
fumble
going to
recovery. He was in on a lot of tackles on the line.
Yeah, Jack played a great game, and like we were saying all along in the broadcast, you know, penetration is an enemy to the wishbone, and really you have problems running your plays if you get penetration. And you know, those first 2 quarters, Jack Ross was running down the line of scrimmage, making plays from the backside, and also gaining penetration as far as they were trying to ride the fullback, and he was really a disruptive force, and that's probably the best game I've seen Jack play since he's been here.
Yeah, I mean, he was a force up there. We talked about Blake Brigham shooting the gap and getting in the backfield a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon Azell had a great game. I mean,
Sure did.
It was a team effort for sure. It was actually a challenge to pick the player of the game, but we thought Cole McDaniel plays hard, and we thought he earned it tonight. He's a guy who's always sustaining his blocks, always finishing his route. He's rewarded with a touchdown tonight. He had some other really good catches.
Yeah.
He just had a great game. He's
Let's
coming up here.
Let's not forget he plays defense too, so he plays all over the field.
He does. What we're going to do is we're going to go to commercial real quick, and we've got Cole McDaniel coming up here, and I'll have Rick Hansing interview him. I'm Mark Carlin, but come right back, and we'll bring Cole McDaniel and Rick Hansing to you.
Intelligent enough to warn of danger from virtually anywhere. It's been smashed and driven. It's perceptive enough to detect other vehicles on the road. It's been shaken and pummeled. It's innovative enough to brake by itself, park itself, and help you steer. It's been in the rain and dragged through the mud. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLE. It's where brains meet brawn.
Yeah, Rick Hansing back here with you, joined by Cole McDaniel. Cole's a senior, gets a lot of playing time on both sides of the ball with the Chargers. Cole, I haven't figured out tell the viewers here at home what your position is, because you play. I see where you line up. You line up wide sometimes. You line up a slot sometimes. You line up as a tight end sometimes. So
yeah, I play wide, and so they'll line me up anywhere from tight end to slot to sometimes even out wide. I'm all over the place.
Okay, so you know, a lot of times it's hard to figure out where you're going to play. I always know to look for you on that side of the ball, though. But now, don't tell the coaches I'm saying this, but we in the booth, and I watch a lot of your games. I don't think that you get the ball enough. And so tonight, when you score that touchdown on that broken play, and then also when they hit you wide open, they're running up the hash mark for that 40 or 50-yard pass play, we were really excited to see that, because we think that you're a weapon, and you go under the radar a lot for the Chargers offense. Could you speak a little bit to the fact that we've got such talented players? A lot of times it's hard to get the ball to everybody.
Oh yeah, we're so loaded with talent, with Dawson, Santana, Terrell, and Tevin, obviously, that sometimes, like, I'm not going to get to touch the ball, or Dawson's not going to get to touch the ball, and
right.
We're all fine with it as long as we're winning games.
Well, one way that I can tell that you are fine with it is because you did a great job, and you always do, of blocking downfield. And you had a lot of great blocks downfield tonight, sustaining your blocks, getting on your blocks, and that turns into an extra 15, 20 yards, sometimes turns into a touchdown run for either Tevin or Tank or whoever has the ball. So, you know, we realize that there were a lot of weapons, like you say, but if you're out there pouting about not getting the ball, you're not going to be blocking downfield. You could care less what your teammates are doing, and that's not the case.
Yeah. I always try to – blocking is usually my first priority since I'm at tight end, but
right.
Even when I'm out at wide receiver, I try to be able to make blocks to spring Tevin and Terrell for such big plays.
Right. The most impressive play tonight on offense for me, could you speak a little bit about your touchdown and about that play? It broke down early on with Blake fumbling the snap. So could you tell the Charger Vision viewers what you did on that play to make yourself available to him and to ultimately have a touchdown reception?
Well, I was running a seam, and Blake fumbled it, and so the whole right side of their secondary just ran up. So I noticed that there was a gap in the right side of the end zone, and I just tried to find the open space, and luckily Blake saw me and hit me for the touchdown.
Well, you did a good job. You know, we talked about that. When the ball is fumbled like that, a lot of times, you know, as a player, your tendency is maybe to quit running your route, to break your route off, or think that the play's over. And we noticed, I saw you along the back of the end zone back there, and I think I said maybe during the play that Cole, you'd continue to run your route, and if Blake was going to look up and see you, he could hit you. And right about then, he just he didn't give up on the play, and you didn't either. So yeah, that was a great play. You know, the game was still kind of on the line at that point. I mean, it wasn't out of reach yet. So you know, I thought that kind of really broke Davis's spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you speak to just kind of how Davis, it looked like they just kind of, after a while, that they kind of got the steam taken out of their sails a little bit?
Yeah, well, a play like that, when you kind of do your job and you're right there, and then the other team scores on a broken play, can really take it out of you. And then also, this year we've done a really good job because we've conditioned so hard, keep coming at people. So even if the first drive or the first couple drives we can't really do much, we're just going to keep pounding and keep coming at people, and we've been able to wear everyone we played down.
Well, that's a good point, Cole. You guys, I watched you play 7-on-7. Your conditioning this summer was unbelievable, and it really looks like that we're in a lot better shape than the opponents that we play. You know, Davis outsized us tonight. You look down their roster, and they're 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds, 240, whatever. But they couldn't keep up with you guys tonight. And your toughness and the way you guys block, and not to mention, we haven't even mentioned the defensive side of the ball that you play on. And you were in on several really, really good plays tonight and made a lot of tackles too. I didn't see your stats on defense yet, but I'm sure they'll look really good. But just a great performance, Cole, and you're having a great senior season, and you provide a lot of leadership to this team. I know that you're a team captain. That must have been a hard decision on who to vote for to out of 18 seniors to be a team captain. Can you talk about what kind of an honor that is for you?
Oh, it's awesome, especially with having 18 guys, many of whom have played all 4 years and have worked so hard, like throughout their time here at Heritage Hall. To be selected as one of the captains is like you said, an honor. It's awesome, and I really hold that in a special light.
Well, you can tell because you know you're a leader of the team, and the fact that they have made you captain means a lot. But by that there's a responsibility, and it looks to me that you're upholding that responsibility and continue to be a leader. And the team looks up to you, and as you all go and as you all lead, this Charger team will that'll decide what kind of season we're going to have. So once again, Cole McDaniel is our player of the game. Like we said before, he's an unsung hero. It's great to have him make some plays tonight to where he just stuck out as our choice for player of the game, because we had 3 or 4 guys. You know, Tank always has good games. Tevin plays well. Oh, yeah. Jack Ross played great tonight. So, you know, he played great from the D-line position. So Cole really earned his player of the game spot tonight, and for the great Heritage Hall victory, 42-13. So we're gonna go to a commercial break and come back and wrap it up. But happy to have Cole McDaniel as our player of the game tonight against the Davis Wolves.
Well, thanks for having me.
You bet.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted.
Order up.
Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat me.
Rick Hansing back here with you. We're going to wrap this one up. That was, hope you got to see the interview with our player of the game, Cole McDaniel, as Heritage Hall takes on and soundly defeats a very talented Davis Wolves ball club, 42-13. Heritage Hall starting from a 7-0 deficit. Davis scoring the first time they had the ball, and then didn't score again until the fourth quarter. And several great plays. Several players got involved in this one. Defense played great on their side of the ball, and the offense took care of business. And the Chargers are rolling as they win their 3rd game in a row. And we look for next week's action against Centennial. I think that game's going to be on Thursday night, possibly at Taft Stadium. You might check your schedule, but if you can't make it out, Charger Vision will be there. But we appreciate everyone that viewed and looked in on this game as the Chargers, like I said, 42-13 in a rout over the Davis Wolves, your defending 2A state champion ball club. So for Mark Carlin, this is Rick Hansing, and we'll see you next week. Charger Pride, everybody.